Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Good to see you again. For those of you that were with me in my members live.
Hello, everyone.
Oops,
Welcome.
hold on. Sorry about that. Good to see you. We have some new members, I see. Mama Todd. Oop, where did it go? I just had it there. Oh, Governor Pincus joined us yesterday. Welcome in. True Crime with Sweet Melissa. Welcome in. We had a members live this morning you can access. And also we will be having one tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Don't forget we're going to gather for Mother's Day. I appreciate those of you who have already started to reach out to me, sending gift cards and merch so we can do a nice Mother's Day raffle and just have a nice time together. So thank you for that. I know I haven't gotten a post out of a reminder yet, but I've been on here and I haven't had a second, but I can't wait to do it because we are going to have a wonderful Mother's Day and I will get the time as soon as I know my times. So welcome to Governor Pincus, True Crime with Sweet Melissa, Millie Fusion, welcome in. Mama Todd, welcome in. Everyone, please welcome them in. Holly W., you just gifted 5 Crime Time Buzz memberships, growing that membership. If you've received one, please thank Holly and Holly W. That's so kind of you. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate that. We have a good time. We usually end up information coming out and going off on a tangent, and it happened today too. We get some good information in our reunions, and we build some bonds and really have a good time. So welcome in, and thank you so much, Holly, for doing that. I appreciate that. We are going to have a special guest with us this evening. Excuse me. Mods, I know you run a beautiful chat, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Hello, Gypsy. Hello, Jen in Georgia. Thank you for being here. I'm sure more will come rolling in a little bit. I appreciate you all being here, and we have a special guest, and I'm going to kind of give a little pre-intro to what we're going to be hearing about. Like I'm going to show us maps and locations and things like that. So we have, hi, Janet Ashley. Hi, Hindsight. Good to see ya. So we have a little background of what we're looking at. Okay. So hold on 1 second. 1 second, if you would. Maz got the chat for a second. I'm just doing one thing. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. So let me see something here. Okay, there. That's what I wanted to do. There we go. Okay, Hindsight, I just tossed you a wrench. I thought you already had one in our community. I apologize, but you now have a wrench. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. And if you have not subscribed to Hindsight's channel, Hindsight 2002, please go on over. Great information. So welcome in, everyone. We have a wonderful show. We have the Eyewitness from Ford's Pond in Sutherland, Oregon. This person 100 believes they saw CP and KP and went to the police and reported it. And if you recall, I was given the records request, and I reached out to Dog's team back then, and they indeed were on top of it. So I believe the message said they were out there on top of getting the leads and the details. So very glad they got out there. I do believe the story. I myself have some opinions that I will give afterwards. Oh, that's right. I set a goal. Now our guest cannot stay after for questions and answers. She's going to give as much information as she is able to give per the investigation. But I will, for bonus time, if you want to stay, I will indeed stay after and answer the questions that I can, and we can discuss the information. Okay? So I just wanted you to know that. And let's get started. First of all, we are here for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Sebastian is 16 years old currently. He was 15 at the time he was reported missing from Hendersonville, Tennessee, which was February 26th of 2024, 15 months ago, about 14 and a half months ago. He was last seen leaving the Texas Roadhouse with his mother in her Infiniti SUV on February the 25th, around 6:25 p.m. Around 6:25 p.m., and that is the last proof of life. Apparently, around 9 p.m., he went to bed, got ready for bed, said I love you to his two dogs and his mom, and went to bed. That was the last Sebastian was allegedly seen. He was home alone with his mother, who we refer to on this channel as KP. His father we call Seth. His stepfather we call CP or Babyfoot. His step-grandparents are CB for the grandma, step-grandma, TB for the step-grandpa, but I will also call CB Mama Socks. You'll hear that term, so that's who that is. If you hear DG, that is CP's cousin, Danny G. And really, those are the only initials you'll probably hear. Now, Sebastian was told to America or the world, that he ran away, that he walked out in the middle of the night without shoes on, no coat, didn't take a cell phone, didn't take the cash he had in the house. And Sebastian is high functioning autistic. However, he's a planner. He's strategic. He can think of making a move and what's going to happen next. And I can tell you this with confidence because he's a chess player. And according to family members, a chess player, I think it was CP who told us, a chess player known to even beat adults. Well, chess players strategize, they plot, they think things through before they make a move. So I just find it real hard to believe that he just took off in the night, in the middle of the night, without anything prompting him to do so. And another reason being is he doesn't like bugs. He had an incident with fire ants when he was little, so bare feet's not something he would do voluntarily. And also, he has a window. Sebastian has a window when he gets home from school during the day before mom gets home. So if he wanted to make a departure, he could have done it Monday right after school, Friday after school, if it was something that was planned. That's my opinion. But he left with nothing, like he was leaving in a hurry if he did it on his own. But guess what? No scent, according to law enforcement. 5 dogs that first day, none hit. There is no scent trail leading from Sebastian's home to anywhere. And with mom so certain he is in bare feet, she said she is accounted for all shoes. Now, law enforcement wasn't so certain. They didn't back that statement. They said, mom says that, but we're not certain. But the point is, if he was indeed in bare feet like that, the scent would have been picked up. And mom says, all shoes accounted for. So there is no scent, which is very concerning, because in order to search for a missing child to where their true location is, you have to be able to leave the home, right? Unless they didn't leave the home voluntarily or on their own. So no scent leads us to believe. My opinion, please always form your own. And we have a great chat here. As long as you say, in my opinion, don't mention any other channel names. Say, in my opinion, and you can share those thoughts. But I do believe that he was carried out. We've seen the images, the videos. We know that they saw something to make them know early on that there was an abduction, because on February 27th, after 3 o'clock, shortly after 3 o'clock Tennessee time, an Amber Alert was sounded, meaning Sumner County reached out to TBI, had confirmation he was unlawfully kidnapped. TBI looked at it, reviewed it, approved it, then alerted it. All of that happened within about 36 hours of him being reported missing, maybe even 32 or 3. So there is an active Amber Alert for Sebastian. He was 5'5", February 25th of 2024, would have grown. As you can see in the photos, he wears glasses. However, he may not be wearing glasses. He could have contacts. Also, his hair is blondish brown, sandy, dirty, blonde, brown hair. However, think about it. He could have his head shaved, purple hair, long hair, dreads. We don't know. We don't know how his hair is being kept, if indeed our sweet Sebastian is alive and well. And we need to keep the faith and hope. We haven't seen proof otherwise. So that is Sebastian Rogers. He is one of the FBI's most wanted. Dog the Bounty Hunter has joined the search. At Night Media Intelligence. And the lead agency is Sumner County, and then TBI is working alongside, with the FBI also offering a $50,000 reward. And Dog the Bounty Hunter, they've offered, I think, $450,000. So the total being $500,000. No one has come forward. No one has come forward. Now, we are going to continue on. That is Sebastian Rogers, Hendersonville, Tennessee. We need to bring him home. Okay. Let me want to talk to you, say my little thank yous from my last show. Thank you, Pamela Hale. You were the big gift giver yesterday. You gave 5, and we had a new member, Governor Pincus. Welcome to everyone. I see we have several new members today, and you will see your name in lights tomorrow. And we also have superheroes from yesterday. Can't forget our superheroes. Oh, I wanted to share that and say your name. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to shut it off there. Thank you to Jen in Georgia. She was the big superhero yesterday. Jen was the big superhero yesterday. R. Taylor. And then we have Lady Roses, Town Chat Cafe, Whispering Winds, Sassy Tea, and Ginger Girl's Mom. Thank you for being superheroes. I truly appreciate all of you. I appreciate everyone in the chat. Give it a thumbs up if you would, so we can get this information out there about Oregon. So you are now going to be welcome to Oregon. Got lots of maps to show you. I'm sharing that, like I said, I'm leading up to the info, so our guest will come in and tell their story. Okay, this is a map from 1008 to Ford's Pond. And the reason I wanted to show this is so we get a context of the length of time away from home. This sighting occurred in March, okay? Now, I will tell you, I have heard from a reliable source, but only one, not two, that indeed, allegedly, the Nancy Grace interview occurred in an RV out there in Oregon. Okay. And one thing I will tell you is I'm putting it in right now because I want to tell you something after we have our guest on, because she's discussed something and I want to ask her about a location. So I'll save that part for you as far as going any further on that. But it takes 37 hours. So I believe that. So if you think about it, if they drove straight through, never stopping, they'd be there in a day and a half travel time. So let's just assume they did it in 2 days. 2 days there, 2 days back. They're already away from home. 4 days. Sebastian went missing the end of February. He was reported missing 2 days before the end of February. And here we are traveling across the country. I mean, 4 days means they were 18 hours a day traveling. 2 days there, 2 days back. Hey, Gypsy, you go eat. Okay. I mean, that in itself, would they travel 18 hours? I don't know their travel pattern. So if they aren't ones who would sit in a car for 18 hours and travel, so they could have done it in a day and a half there. 2 days would have been meaning they drove 18 hours each day. 3 days meaning they drove about 13 hours each day. About 12 hours each day. It's a lot of driving. A lot of driving to go to a place that, when I looked it up, is not known for tourism. It is not a tourist place where people come for tourist attractions. They don't exist. Ford's Pond is like their attraction. It's not a town. It's not like you say, let's go to the Grand Canyon or let's go to Pigeon Forge and see this. It's not it doesn't have a tourist attraction. So it doesn't draw tourism per se. Population, 9,000 some. 8,956 in 2022. And it is the second largest town in that county. There is not a lot there. And that is a lot of driving time. Now, if you're in an RV, I used to have an RV. We had 2. Okay. We never drove more than 5 hours a day. We didn't drive more than 5 hours a day because we like to look around and explore. Okay. But think about it. So that driving time I just shared you, it takes longer in an RV. So that's a lot of travel time away from home. So if it takes 3 days at 12 hours, if you're in a regular car, how long did it take them to get there? Maybe they do drive straight through. Who knows? I'm just trying to gauge it a little bit. Okay. Oh, Jen in Georgia, thank you so much. Jen says, oops, excuse me. Hello, and hit that thumbs up, please. We are on a goal, and you just contributed to the goal, my friends. We're doing yellow up and up today because we have a shorter amount of time. And it's okay if you don't want to stay after. That's fine. It's just an option for you. Holly, thank you. And Chicken Lady says, well, look at that 1 month to an awesome channel. Thank you so much. Thank you for your 1 month of support. I remember when you joined, it went so fast, didn't it? Mama Todd, thank you so much. And Raymond, thank you for gifting a Crime Time Buzz membership. Raymond has a granddaughter on her way today. Exciting. Let us know if that happens while you're in here. And please thank Raymond for that gift. Appreciate you, Raymond. Thank you. And welcome into the family. Welcome in. Okay, so let's keep going here. That's a long drive for no reason to go when your child's just missing. That's a long drive. Thank you, Jen, for contributing to the goal. Appreciate you. Okay, and thank you, Raymond. Keep us posted. Please, please keep us posted. And Holly, thank you again for your 5 gifted memberships. Please thank Holly if you were one of the 5, or if you received any of the 5. And please thank Raymond if you received his gift. Appreciate you all. Okay. Go back here. Mods, if you will keep everyone posted on the goal during this time, this one time, just because I'm trying to do this and then invite the guest up. If you want to kind of give them incentive, if they want, remind them if they want a question and answer afterwards with me. Our guest is not going to see after, but I will answer your questions. Okay, so long drive. And then I'm going to show you the RV park. How close an RV park is to there. I've got it pulled up. I'm just waiting to. There we go. There is an RV park there. As you can see, it is about 1 mile away. And by the way, Ford's Pond is located on Church Road, just so you know. Remember, go to Church Road. So thank you all. This is, so here's Ford's, let me go into so you can see my cursor. Here's Ford's Pond right here. You go down Church Road, turn right on Fort McKay, and then you're at the KOA, RV park. Literally 3-minute drive, 1 mile away is an RV park there. Am I saying they for sure stayed there? No, I'm not. But I'm saying they had an RV and there's an RV park that close. Okay. Just trying to give you a little background before I bring up our guest. Not only that, even scarier is, to me, scarier. Excuse me. Still dealing with a little bit of my cold. Ford's Pond to Seattle, because we remember allegedly the people that they were traveling with were from Seattle. Let me share that with you. That's 5.5 hour drive from Ford's Pond to Seattle. The reason I'm bringing this up is because it is let me show you how far to Canada. From Ford's Pond to Canada is 8 hours and 37 minutes. Now, if you recall, we went on high alert on the Canadian entries, the entries into the United States, the entries into Canada, high alert by at night. And if I'm not mistaken, that was shortly after, because I communicated, remember, with Dogs Team and At Night about this lead, this sighting. The Canadian alerts, in my opinion, and I'll have to go back and look for sure, but they came shortly after this sighting. And it's 8 hours from Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. I just picked one area. I just grabbed it, the one I thought might be closest. an 8-hour drive. Now, if indeed they went to Seattle first and we're 5 hours to Seattle, then from Seattle, it's about 3-4 hours only. Right? Okay. Now I am going to introduce you to Ford's Pond, and then I'm going to pull up Google Earth, show you, familiarize you with it, and then I'm going to bring in our guest. We're doing our homework before we bring our guest in, so we know what kind of the lay of the land. This is actually from Friends of Ford's Pond, December 30th, 2022. And I'm sorry, is my volume, I had my volume down. Can you all hear me okay? Is that better? I'm so sorry. I had my volume down for our little slides. I'm sorry about that. So hopefully you can hear me better. My apologies. This is Ford's Pond in Sutherland, Oregon. Here's the parking lot on Church Road. Okay. Let me go see if there's sound. Hold on. I know there is. Hold on.
The transformation of not only the physical park being improved, but the transformation of usage, and to see the entire community now be able to use the park.
It's just a joy to come here.
For decades, Ford's Pond has been part of the social and economic history of Sutherland. The pond's origins date back to 1956, when Roseburg Lumber created it to store logs for its mills. The pond would also become a popular spot with locals fishing for bass, perch, and bluegill. The city of Sutherland acquired Ford's Pond in 2014 after plans to turn it into a housing development fell through.
The Friends of Ford's Pond formed in 2014 when we heard the city of Sutherland was going to purchase this property as part of their wastewater treatment plant upgrade. The Friends wanted the city to treat the water to Class A standards, which allows for recreational use. And after we were able to bring the city on to that plan, then we worked with the city to fundraise and provide volunteers for maintenance for the park.
The city and the Friends swiftly developed a productive relationship. The Friends championed the dream of the park by doing the enormous work of community engagement and fundraising. And the city managed the implementation of the developments, a civic-citizen relationship that has become an inspiration for other community-fueled endeavors.
The city and the Friends have worked together in a terrific partnership, a public-private partnership, we call it. And it really takes a cooperative, willing partner on both sides, and they have been terrific in that role.
From the beginning, the Friends, with the city's help, have explored the community's needs. They have discovered from local citizens how they currently enjoy Ford's Pond and how they believe it could be better.
We knew we had people using the park who were fishing and who were bird watching, but we learned that there were a lot of people who couldn't use the park, and that set us on our direction to do full ADA accessibility on the path around the pond, full ADA parking, change the grades so that everybody could use the park.
The Friends have raised over $3.5 million for this dream, enabling the installation of a parking lot and paved path that provides uninhibited access to the pond and surrounding nature.
We've got the hills in the background, and the hills have trails, and you can get some wonderful views of the surrounding area from up there. Plus, you get good exercise from walking up and down those trails. And you can see some interesting wildlife.
Just seeing the number of people out here enjoying the pond and using it.
Look at the
and
terrain.
Seeing the families with their kiddos walking, it just makes you feel good.
It's just really a good way to start our day. Getting out first thing in the morning, we come out and we take our 2-mile walk, and then we go home and we're ready to start our day. It's just very refreshing, peaceful, and it's been good for us physically.
When with the paved path completed around the pond and a naturally inclusive playground.
A children's playground that's inclusive. This will be an experience and a draw for the entire community, the entire county. Watching that happen is really exciting.
The Friends, led by founding members Jim and Beth Hausman, have worked tirelessly to make Ford's Pond Community Park a preserved natural treasure and destination for togetherness and recreation for.
The Full Potential Park is a place for the community to engage, for families to have a free place to recreate that's close to home, exercise in nature, and just be happy and pleased about what's close right here behind us.
So you see the terrain a little bit. Oh my goodness, you all, you're on it. Thank you. You see the terrain now. I wanted you to see that, and now I'm going to take you to Google Earth. See which one I want to show you first. Hold on. Okay. We're going to go here first. Make sure you're seeing what I'm seeing. Okay. The reason I'm showing you this portion here, right here, there you go. Okay. Here's Ford's Pond. Okay. This is the parking lot right here. The main parking lot on Church Road, right here. See this? That's the main parking lot. Over here, there is another parking lot. Okay. And this is the pond. Well, let me enlargen it. Sorry. Of course I did that. I'm so bad with this. Hold on. Okay, let me stop that and get you the next one, because there's another one I want you to see. There's two more I want you to see. There's that parking lot. This is the one that's across the way, not the one on Ford's Pond or on Church Road. This is across, and I will show it to you. I'll give you a bearings of it, but this parking lot is important. Where's my, there we go. Okay, so here we go. Let me make sure you can see that. That parking lot that I just showed you that I said was important is right here in this, okay? Here is the Church Road parking lot. These are trails going around the park, okay? But there's the one parking lot, but here's the main parking lot on Church Road. This is Church Road. This is Ford's Pond. It is 220 acres. And it is not a tourist area. Sutherland is not, admittedly, even when I Googled it. So I am going to, my goodness, you all, thank you so much. Kathy, Jen, Gypsy, Jen, Gypsy, Jen, Sassy, Bisbee, Crochet, Jen, Gypsy. Thank you all so much. I will come in and keep track of that in just a second. I want to bring our guest up now. Now, our guest is going to share with us what she can, okay? And that's why I don't want her to stay for the question and answer. I will cover questions that I can cover. Yes, CP did tell Seth to go to church. Yes, this is located on Church Road. Thank you all. You're amazing. So without further ado, hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are
Thank
you?
you. I'm doing so well, and we so appreciate you coming here today. Oh, I forgot to show the FOIA. Real quick, I'm going to pull up the FOIA, okay? Well, you're up here with me so everyone knows how I got involved in this. But welcome our guest, everyone. She's so kind to be. That's not it. Hold on. Let me just make sure I got it. She's so kind to be here with us to be able to do this for us. One second. I pulled it up for you. I just want to go over the FOIA real quick and welcome our guest. She's going to share with us what she saw at Ford's Pond. Here it is. No, that's not the one. Let me download it again real quick. Okay. There we go. Okay. My goodness. I think I just kicked myself out. There we go. Okay. That's not the one I want. Hold on. I don't want the one with anyone's names on it. So hold on one moment. Sorry, y'all. I had downloaded it, but every time I download it, save it, replace it. There we go. Okay. Well, I just named it that, so that's what I'm going to keep it. Okay. I had it pulled up where we wouldn't be seeing anything, but these are what I named it. So it's just what I named it. Okay. Let me share it with you now. There we go. This is how I got involved in the case. And I titled it Seth because it's obviously his child. Okay. So this was a police report that was filed by our guest, and it was sent to someone who sent it to me. Now, Ashley Higgins with the Sutherland Police Department, we've looked her up. She does exist. This is real. She was actually honored for being one of their, I think it was the best detective they have. So just amazing. Sounds like she's amazing. You can tell by the detail in the report. We're going to read it. I know we've read it before, but we're going to read it and then I'll bring our guest up. She went back down. I am Officer Ashley Higgins with the Sutherland Police Department, and I had a female come into the office on June 27th, 2024 to report a possible sighting of Katie and Chris Proudfoot at Ford's Pond in our city in March of this year. I took a miscellaneous service report regarding her concerns. The following is my report. On Thursday, June 27th, 2024, at approximately 13:44 hours, so 1:44, I was on duty in the city of Sutherland, Douglas County, Oregon. I was displaying the badge and uniform of the Sutherland Police Department and operating a marked patrol vehicle. So-and-so came to the Sutherland Police Department to report she had recently learned about Sebastian Rogers. That is our guest for tonight. A missing 15-year-old child with autism in a case out of Hendersonville, Sumner County, Tennessee, and feels with absolute certainty that she had a conversation with Sebastian's biological mother, Katie Proudfoot, and her husband, Chris Proudfoot, at Ford's Pond, located at 382 Church Road in Sutherland, sometime in March 2024. She believes this would have been within the first few weeks of March and would have been on a weekday. She happened to recently come across some videos about Sebastian's story on YouTube and TikTok and recognized Katie and Chris from her visit to Ford's Pond. She did some further research into Sebastian's case and learned Chris, Sebastian's stepfather, did not like Sebastian and was rumored to be threatening. I'm reading a police report from Sutherland, Oregon, and was rumored to be threatening to divorce Katie because of Sebastian. Sebastian was reported missing on February 25th, 2024. It was the 26th, but remember, dates have been messed up, from Katie and Chris's residence in Hendersonville. She advised on this particular day in March at Ford's Pond she had been fishing, but has trouble casting due to her arthritis, which was apparently evident to some people sitting on a nearby bench. One of them came over to help her. She began chatting with these people, 4 in total, and learned the male and female she now thinks to be Katie and Chris advised they were from Tennessee. And the other 2, also male and female with graying hair, said they were from Seattle, Washington. She discovered that Sebastian's grandparents recently flew from Seattle to Alaska, which she found interesting since the other couple at the pond advised they were also from Seattle. She also learned from an unknown source that Katie and Chris have ties to Oregon. She said her interaction with these individuals at the pond was odd, and they seemed to be acting strangely. She's concerned they may have dumped Sebastian's body somewhere in or around Ford's Pond. She has gone back to Ford's Pond and has been digging around in the brush and shoreline looking for evidence for Sebastian's decomposing body. Sorry, I just lost my place. She showed me a photograph she took with her cell phone of a pile of bones first she dug up in some nearby vegetation that she suspected may be body parts. This appeared to me to be a opossum or nutria carcass. As a precaution, this photograph was uploaded to the Axon Evidence server under SPD case number 24-0461. Okay. I checked local files for anyone with the last name of Proudfoot and discovered, so she went through looking. She comes up with I checked local files for anyone with the last name of Proudfoot and discovered a male named Alton Darwin Proudfoot. Oh, sorry, I'm not going to say their names. Alton, who used to live in Roseburg. Alton's Oregon DMV return shows he died in 2015. I checked Douglas County assessor files for the address on his former address on Jessica Lynn and saw the property used to belong to Vicky P. Foot. A simple Google search shows Vicky was married to Alton. They moved to Alaska to live with family after Alton died. Vicky passed away in Anchorage, Alaska, Vicky P., in November of 2019. A review of Oregon arrests, now this is the one I want to pay attention to, shows them, because I believe, what's Chris's middle name? Andrew? Shows a male named Christopher Allen Proudfoot, born February 24th of 1983. So it would be about 83, 93. Was arrested in August 2016 for theft out of Clackamas County. Our agency uses Verkada surveillance system with several cameras placed strategically throughout the cities of Sutherland and Oakland, and some of these cameras are placed at Ford's Pond. However, I'm unable to review the video from as far back as March. Okay, so the information was forwarded to our local Majors crime team with the Douglas County Sheriff's Office and with the Hendersonville Police Department Investigations Division. Contact information regarding my party, signed Officer Ashley Higgins, Sutherland Police Department. That is how I got involved in this. Is that was sent to me and brought to my attention. So so certain she went to the police and reported it and went searching. So let's go ahead and bring our guest up without further ado. This is the eyewitness who did indeed go to the Sutherland Police Department and write that police report that I just read to you. Come on up, my friend. There you go.
There. Sorry, I didn't mean to drop.
That's okay. I thought since I hadn't done the FOIA, you were just going down. Goals already met. Thank you. So welcome in. We so appreciate, first of all, you know, we always say, see something, say something.
Yes,
And,
ma'am.
you know, I call you Ducky. And Ducky, we're going to refer to you as Ducky tonight. And Ducky, I just am so amazed and happy that you did that.
I'm very happy I did that, you guys. It's
you
very
followed through.
Yes, ma'am, I did.
So let me ask you a couple of questions, and thank you again for your time. Let me pull our questions out. So the month in question is March of 2024, correct?
Correct.
And do you recall approximately like what days of the week it might have been? Weekend, midweek, what we're talking about?
I'm thinking it's the beginning of the midweek.
Okay. So not weekend. You're talking maybe Monday through Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay. And around what time of day was it that you were there?
Probably about 10:30, 11 o'clock.
10:30 or 11 o'clock. Okay. And you went there to do what?
I'm an avid fishing lady. I love going fishing, and Ford's Pond is one of my most favorite places to go.
Okay. And you live fairly close to Ford's Pond, right?
Yes, ma'am. I live 12 miles from Ford's Pond.
Nice. Okay. Now, one thing I want to bring up before I ask you any questions is about the RV park, because I had asked you this. That RV park I had looked at, the KOA, and we had talked about it a little bit, and you said, well, it's a little bit on the outskirts. And I said, well, remember I said, would it be a place where we would hear sirens? And can you talk to us a little bit about that? If you're parked at that KOA and you're in your RV, would there be sirens going by there, or is it too much in the boondocks?
No, ma'am. It's not too far in the boondocks. I lived on Highway 138, the same highway that the pond's on for many years as a child. And there's a lot of accidents on that highway. A lot of people go over cliffs. There's
So a lot of sirens then.
Yeah, there's a lot of sirens that go out that way.
Mm-hmm. That's so okay. The reason I bring that up is during the Nancy Grace interview, when they are in their RV in an undisclosed location. Nancy Grace aired March 25th. However, she usually does her interviews prior to. So I heard a siren during the interview, and Nancy was even kind of closing her earbud and stuff. And I was thinking, well, wherever they are, sirens are going by. So that is a location. If allegedly they were there, we would hear sirens.
Absolutely.
Thank you for clearing that up. And you said you were there around 10:30 or 11. When you got there, were they there already, or did they come after you arrived?
No, they were there.
Okay.
And I have a certain spot that I fish, and they were there was Katie and another lady. The ladies were sitting on the bench.
Uh-huh.
And the two men were standing, the gray-headed man, and then Chris was standing beside Katie on the other end.
Okay. Okay. And 1 second, I'm trying to stop the screen so I can present your parking lot and where you fish. 1 second. There we go. So this is the parking lot you used, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it's not the one on Church Road that you parked in.
No.
You were over here, right
Yes.
here, right? Okay.
Yeah.
This is the area our guest parked in. Okay. And just so you all can see it, let me get it back out now. It's right over here. Okay. I just want to give them that little, because we have that one thumbnail that shows where you actually parked, right?
Yes.
and where you fish. So you keep talking now. You went there to fish, and there were people there on a bench, correct?
Yeah.
Picnic table, and they were behind you, and you were on the.
I was down below them. They were sitting on the picnic table right above me.
Tell us a little bit about that.
And I was sitting down there, and I was really having a difficult time because I got crippling arthritis in my hands.
Mm-hmm.
So the gray-headed man offered to help throw my line out, and he was a really nice guy.
Did you have to ask him to help, or did he see you struggling and came over?
He seen me struggling and offered to help.
Okay.
So I came and threw my line out, and then that just kind of opened up a conversation. And I asked them where they were from, and they said they were from Seattle, and the other ones were from Kentucky or Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. And they were there when you got there?
Yes, ma'am.
They were there before 10:30 or 11?
I can't say exactly what time they got there, but
that you got there 10:30, 11, and they were there before that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I wasn't clear. So he came over, he was real friendly, he offered, let me show them in this picture where you were. So here's the parking lot. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. You were over here, correct?
Yes.
And they were seated right behind you?
Yes.
Now, was their picnic bench in front of this trail or behind the trail?
It was in front of the trail.
So they were right near you?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the location we're talking about, friends, right here. See this and see this. There's your landmarks, okay? Sorry, I just wanted them to know where we're talking about.
No, you're good.
Okay. There we go. Were they dressed for fishing? Did they have fishing poles with them? Did they have tote bags, or like they were going on a picnic, had a purpose to be there?
Nope, they were just the gray-headed man and the grayish blonde-headed woman talked to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then Katie and Chris were just staring into the pond with us. I don't know how he always looks, I guess.
Angry?
Yeah, or just staring, just like that. And she was just staring.
Okay. I'm going to, because I see the questions are coming up already, and out of fairness to the Bower Sox, I would like to have you share something. Was the other couple that was with CP and KP, and this is alleged, I mean, she's 100. She went to the police, but I'm saying alleged, okay? Hi, Frank. Was that the Bower Sox?
No.
So the Bower Sox were not the couple with them?
No.
Okay, I wanted to clear that up because I know that that was my initial thought. That's been many's initial thoughts. And that's why we're doing this again, by the way, to bring it to the forefront. I had some people reaching out to me, asking me if I had interviewed you, or would we interview, and could we, asking information about this sighting. So I totally appreciate you sharing this with us, but I think it's really important that we know that it was not the Bower Sox.
It was not the Bower Sox.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. And they weren't carrying fishing poles. They didn't have totes. They weren't there for a picnic. Could you tell what they were doing there?
They were just sitting there looking in the pond.
Just sitting at the picnic bench.
Yeah, just looking in the pond. They weren't doing anything.
Okay. Now, when you saw them, were you following this case?
No, I did not know anything about this case at that time. Nothing at all.
Okay. So
No.
You didn't recognize CP and KP, and you didn't know about Sebastian?
Not at that time, no.
Okay. And this was in March of 2024.
Yeah.
When you left, were they still there?
No. I think we all left pretty much around the same time.
Okay.
I was leaving, and then yeah.
Okay. And did they come in two cars or get into one car to leave?
One car.
Do you recall what kind of car?
An SUV.
Was it a baby blue Infiniti SUV?
No,
Okay. Okay. But do you recall make, model, or anything like that?
no, I don't.
Okay. But they came in one car.
Yep.
So the RV wasn't there.
No.
Okay. So before you learned about the case, what was your impression of, I know the older gentleman was very friendly, the other older lady was friendly, correct?
Correct.
What was your impression before ever seeing them on television? If you can go back in hindsight, hi hindsight, if you can go back, hi Smiley's World, welcome in.
Am I allowed to speak the honest opinion or what?
Absolutely. Say, in my opinion, you are absolutely. We're going hindsight now. What she thought of the other two before she even knew that they were who they
In
were.
my opinion, I thought Chris was a dickhead.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought Katie was a stuck-up bitch.
What led you to think that? Don't hold back. I'm kidding. I'm teasing you.
Don't hold back. I'm not going to hold back because
I'm just messing with you because the way you said it, I was like, don't hold back now.
No.
By the way, Smiley, welcome in, and I threw you a wrench. Thank you
No,
so much for being here.
they just seemed like they were just, I don't know. Chris looks bitchy like he does in all of his platform or all of his pictures, and
Did you feel they were friendly?
Hell no.
Okay, that's what I was trying to get at. Were they trying to engage with you, or was it just like they were awkward in the situation?
They were awkward.
Okay. Okay. So then you leave. They get in their car, one SUV, the four of them. The two are from Seattle, two from Tennessee, and they take off.
Yeah.
That's in March. What gets you to, oh my gosh, I saw those people? Could you share that with us? Kind of talk us through up to that?
Can you repeat that, please?
Of course. I'm sorry. So you leave the pond and you have this sighting and you don't know Sebastian's missing. And the four of them get in their SUV and leave, and you leave.
Yes.
Take us to the point where you realize you have witnessed CP and KP and find out Sebastian is missing. Can you kind of take us there?
Well, yeah, I was on TikTok. I just joined TikTok.
Uh-huh.
I was just scrolling through looking at things. And then I ran into that picture and I went, oh my God, I seen them at Ford's Pond.
Mm-hmm.
And this little boy's missing. So I kept on trying to get a hold of people I kept on trying to get a hold of people on lives.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me a while before someone finally noticed me.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard in chats because I know I miss a lot of stuff. And when I go back, I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I had seen that when that was going on and asked about that. So we believe you. We do. And we appreciate you. You saw something and you said something. So you see them on TV. And I'm going to answer. Can I ask you one question? Stop real quick. Was the older couple with them being bullied anyway, or did they have a friendly rapport between the four?
They weren't even talking to that other couple. They didn't talk to nobody. They just had this look on their face, looking straight into the pond.
And Outer Banks says she noticed you, by the way, when you were in those chats trying to get attention. So thank you, Outer Banks, for letting her know that. So they weren't even really engaging, but they were together. And on the way to the car, it's not like there was any altercations or anything.
No.
Okay.
No.
Did you get a sense that they were all there together, right?
Yeah.
But not really engaging, just kind of hanging out in the same area at the same bench.
Yeah, just the two guys standing and the girls sitting on the bench. And And the older couple had more of a conversation. They didn't even talk to Chris and Katie when I was there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm a social butterfly. I talk to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they started being friendly, I started being friendly back, you know?
Right. And the other couple didn't engage with you.
Nah. They look like heck Jekyll and Hyde sitting there.
And how were they dressed? Like, were they in, you said they weren't dressed for an event. Were they dressed for an event? Like maybe that's why they were up and out that early heading to something, or
No, they were dressed casual.
casual? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And when is it that you saw them and started following the case on TV? You saw them in March in person, but when is it that you actually?
It was on my phone, not TV.
Oh, okay.
Probably June. I really realized who they were, and that's when I went to the place.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I started getting help from people on TikTok and the live.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and I have a question about that. Oh, I just lost my train of thought. Tick tack, tick tack. Oh, the FOIA we just read that you went in and filed that police report to Sutherland, Oregon. They gave great detail. I mean, very impressed. Did you? And it was. She says in her FOIA that she forwarded it on to Henderson Police Criminal Investigations. Were you ever contacted by Hendersonville Police?
not one time. No law enforcement contacted me. The only.
Were you ever contacted by Sumner County Sheriff's Office?
No.
No, I know Dog's team was on it because before I released the FOIA, I let them know I had it and we talked about it. Were you ever contacted in any way by Dog or at night?
I was contacted by their investigator.
Okay. So someone did reach out to you. It just was not law enforcement.
Yes.
Okay.
Dog at night.
Mm-hmm.
They had an investigator get a hold of me.
Okay. Thank goodness. Okay. And let's see what else. I was going to ask you. Oh, someone had asked a question here real quick, and it was one that I wanted to just, I don't know what it was now. We'll keep going. We'll keep going. So you didn't get a call from law enforcement at all regarding this FOIA that was sent, or this report that was sent to Hendersonville. Sumner County didn't call you, but Dog and At Night followed up on it. And how certain are you that it was indeed Katie, KP, and CP? Hey, Castle, how you doing?
How what?
Spring Winds, how certain are you?
I'm positive, 100%.
You're 100% positive.
Yeah, I have no reason to make up any stories. They were there, and that other couple was there, and Sebastian needs to be found.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you went and searched, and I want to thank you for that. You had talked to me about something you saw when you were searching that was in the area of the things that you took a picture of. What was it that alerted you?
There was a frog there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And one of the psychics that did a reading on Sebastian mentioned a frog. And there was one there by the bones.
And it was a live frog, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. It wasn't like a ceramic marker.
No, it was a real frog.
Okay. A real frog. And you remember, and you heard that from a psychic.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. And I know, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. Can you tell us a little bit about the terrain around? We saw it from the video and the Google Maps. We can see it. Can you tell us a little bit about the terrain around the pond?
There's a lot of terrain. There is.
Are there a lot of woods?
Yes, tons of woods. There's the BLM land that's about 12 miles from the pond.
Mm. You said
So,
blackberries, a lot of blackberry thorns and bushes.
yeah, everywhere.
Hi,
Oregon's
Holly. Welcome in.
Oregon's known to have a lot of blackberries.
Mm-hmm. So, can I ask you a question? Do you know if divers were sent to the pond? And you can say yes or no. You don't have to elaborate. I know there's only certain things you can discuss.
I was told that the pond was searched by the investigator.
Okay. Okay. It wasn't drained because of the size of the pond, right?
Right. But I was told that that area was searched out there.
That area right here that we're showing?
Yeah, but I don't know if they actually dived in the pond though.
You don't know if they dove in the pond. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. We can maybe find that out and see if we can get some divers out there. Hi, Pebbles. Let's see. You're planning on going back to search, correct?
Correct.
And something you brought up, and this is where our guest tonight was searching, is in between. Oh, you can't see my cursor when I'm just sitting here, is right here. Okay. Along this bank. Am I correct?
Yes.
And the picnic bench is right about here, correct?
Yes.
Okay. That's how close they were. Here's the parking. They were about 300 feet. So look at the terrain. And when we go in it, I mean, there's a lot here, y'all. Look. Okay. There's a lot. Now, the one thing that you had brought up that I want to share with everyone, because I think it's really important.
Okay.
She's planning on going back. And my call to action is she is looking for someone to help get a group together. Okay. And help her out there search. And if anyone in here is local to Sutherland, Oregon, and wants to go out and help search with our guests tonight, if you want to email me at crimetimebuzz@gmail.com, I will coordinate it and put you all together. Do you know how deep this pond is? What a great question, Sharon Peak.
I really don't know.
Okay, that's something we can investigate. I'll look that up. I'm writing it down right now. How deep's the pond? Okay, I'll try and find that out. So one thing that you had brought up, which I thought was so interesting, and it's just really a good thought. Our guest said when she's going out searching again, she's going to be searching for something maybe marked on a tree, a marker, anything that may resemble this tattoo. No reason other than intuition, correct?
Right.
You want to talk to us a little bit about the markers and things?
Well, I just, I was sitting around thinking, and I'm like, you know what? I bet they have a landmark. And then I started thinking about that tattoo. Maybe that tattoo is on a landmark, either carved in a tree or a wooden post sticking out of the ground or engraved in the ground, on a rock, because you can do that. I'm a rock hound. So people searching, I think it would be beneficial if everybody paid attention to trees and logs laying across, that people can carve in.
Rock formations.
Yes.
Remember summer, there was one out in Utah or something that someone had found. I think Don's sister had found a little thing out there. They look like they're man-made, correct?
Yes.
So our friend wants to go back out and search, getting a feeling about this pond that, as you told me, I hope you don't mind I share, that keeps bringing her back to the pond, right?
Something just keeps on pulling me back there. I don't know what it is, but something keeps on pulling me back. And for my safety, for number one, that's a big pond.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And It's too big of a pond for me to go through the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's 200 acres. I can't, that would take me a year.
Yes, sped teacher, I'm aware of that. We're just, yes, I'm aware. Thank you.
What'd you say?
That I don't want to read it out loud. You'll be in the chat. You can see it. You'll know why I'm not reading it out loud.
Okay.
Tree carving. Someone said he's too smart for a tree carving. Yeah, the tat bothers me a little bit and I don't know why. Have you called TBI ever?
No.
Okay.
I figured that they would get a hold of me.
Well, one would think Hendersonville police would have, or Sumner County, the lead
Yeah.
agent. Remember, that's what he works on, is this case.
Yeah, I would think that one of them would have got a hold of me, but they never did.
Do they allow, now we talked about this, Caroline Miller, they don't allow motorboats, but like I could throw my kayak in, you can throw a canoe in, a rowboat. Can you put in the little fishing boats with the small motors?
No.
No, not at all. Okay. The other couple was from Seattle, so you all know.
But what I would like to see, if we could get someone that has some type of fish finder or something, because if there's a fish finder, won't it show the whole bottom of the pond?
I believe so. Do you remember the Peterson case where she's still looking for her sister Stacy? She was looking at the bottom of ponds and lakes, and she has she's getting images back, like images. It's like a satellite camera, and she believes she may have found her sister. That was months ago. I haven't heard anything back on that. So whatever, if anyone wants to go help, I think Narc Divers or someone is a good call, and I will be on it. And if any of you want to help me out, but I think that if we can get a group out there to help our guests search around, she's in a location where she spotted that's not how fish finders work. Thank you, Gina Marie. Thank you for telling us that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. They would need sonar boats. Thank you, Alicia P. We have a great community. I mean, they are unbelievable. Well, Silvers can't get out there right now, Tracy, because he's working a new job. He's like I am. We both work. And so he's working a new job, and it's keeping him quite busy. And he's not in that Oregon area. He's in the South. So I don't know that he would be able to do that. Those cameras are thousands of dollars she's getting those images from. Yeah. Well, so if you want to go help search, crimetimebuzz@gmail.com, and I will help you all coordinate it. And I will try and see if we can't. Oh, did our guest leave? I wanted to say thank you to our guest. I didn't get a chance to say thank you. Did I take you off? You're back on real quick.
No, I was trying to look at the chat and it bleeped me out. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Okay. But I'm going to try and get people together, and we'll see. And then I'll try and hook you all up together, or however you want me to coordinate it. We'll talk about that. Okay.
That would be wonderful.
At crimetimebuzz@gmail.com if you're in the area of Sutherland, Oregon, Ford's Pond, and you want to help go out and search. So, and I have a lot of information in the chat that we're going to cover during our bonus time. Has anyone checked Victoria Academy in Clackamas County, Oregon? I don't know, but I'm writing it down. They have a lot of good ideas, and I'll take it from there. Is there anything else you want us to know about that exchange? I know we wanted to get across that it was not the Bauer Sox. That was important. I wanted to make sure that got out there.
I just am really hoping that we can get some searchers out there with me, and we can go over that whole pond, that whole area with a fine-tooth comb.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so we can make sure that Sebastian's not out there.
Because something is drawing you out there. And our guest is 100 that's who she saw. And she has worked with, the investigators who have contacted her well, I guess they're not law enforcement, but I so appreciate it. This is a great lesson in if you see something, say something. Don't talk yourself out of it. Please don't talk yourself out of it. We thank you so much. And I know you and I are going to be talking because there's a couple of things we're going to work on this together.
Okay.
Figure out. So I'll keep the community posted onto what we figure out together. And I thank you so much for your time today.
You're so welcome, Jay.
Thank you so much. And, I'll be in touch, and the couple of things I'm looking at for us, and we'll work through them. Okay.
Well, I'm glad I could be some help.
Oh my goodness. Sebastian's Army, you are amazing. Thank you so much. And you can get down if you want or stay up here while I look through my chat and take questions, whatever you want to do.
Okay,
Thank
Jay.
you so much for being
Have
here.
a blessed night.
So everyone, I really appreciate it. We clearly made our goal. Let me go ahead and real quick, I'll be right back in. Real quick. Sorry, everyone. I forgot to put that up there. Okay. Let me share with you. Thank you all for reaching our goal. I'm going to say our thank yous now. Mama Todd, thank you for being a new member. Holly, thank you for gifting the memberships. And everyone, please thank Holly. Chicken Lady, thank you for that month of support. I remember the day you joined. It just goes by so fast. 1 month to an awesome channel. Thank you so much. Raymond, we're waiting to hear about that new granddaughter. We're on the edge of our seats. Thank you for growing our family. We had a reunion this morning. If you've received a membership, go back and watch it and be with us tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time, and welcome in. Thank you so much, Raymond, and thank Raymond as well. Jen in Georgia, thank you so much. Please do hit the thumbs up. Thank you for all you do by Busy Bee Crochet. You're very welcome. Cute name. Thank you so much. Sassy T, towards the goal, Buzz Happy Buzz watching. Thank you, Sassy. Gypsy Dear, here you go, Jen. Okay, someone else gets a turn. Uh-oh, we're having another supers war. There's Jen coming in now. Thank you, Jen, for your donation. Thank you, Gypsy, for yours. And then Gypsy's coming in again, or Jen's coming in, gonna beat y'all. Gypsy comes in from Cuddle Pup. Aw, cute. Gypsy's in again. Justice said to leave his mama alone. These are fun wars. I love these. Jen says from Emery M. Embo Elbow. Thank you for all the donations. That's sweet. Sheesh. Gypsy says, I've lost count. Jen says, hindsight. Jen says, woman. Kathy says, thank you so much, Kathy, for your sweet donation. Raymond, be sure you thank Raymond for his sweet. Now I lost track of what I was just doing. Oh, wait. Bisbee, Jen, Gypsy, Ginger Snaps, $10. Jen said amazing. Gypsy said lemonade. Yes, please. We have a new member. Welcome in, Smokey Joe. Welcome in, Smokey Joe. Jen in Georgia, no way, Gypsy. Bliss blessings, praying for a breakthrough for Sebastian. Excited to hear from the special guest. Thank you so much, Bliss, for your donation and for growing our family. Our reunions are Saturdays, 1 p.m. tomorrow, and we had one today. So go back and watch it. If you receive one of these kind memberships from Bliss Blessings. Thank you for your donation. That's so sweet, for your generosity. We have another Maria S for 1 month. Love being a member of the family. Well, back at you. I love having you. We love having you, and we love the support. It's me, Jen. Thank you so much for the super sticker. We made our goal, so I am going to go through. We will continue on and go through the questions. While I'm doing the questions, I want to put the reason we are all here up, because he deserves us to look at him anytime we can. That is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Okay, thank you all for all of that. I am going to now go through the questions. It may take us a while. If I've forgotten anyone, let me make sure I haven't. I think I got everyone in here. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm going to just go through the questions. Okay, Doug Bishop. See, this is why we're going through them. Doug Bishop. Okay, he lives in Bend. Thank you. Appreciate it, Maui son. Okay. Bring Sebastian home. Yes, Castle. I will encourage her to contact TBI for a follow-up. Absolutely, I will. I'm really discouraged that Henderson and Sumner County never responded to that police report. Very, very upset about it. Because I got it in, I'll have to go back and look as to when I got it in my email, but it was maybe October, November. Okay. September at the earliest. So it was 3-4 months, and she hadn't been contacted then, and now still hasn't been. So I'm really disappointed about that. Josh Cantu, he's in Oregon area, knows of others in the area with sonar. Thank you. You all are amazing. He's in Oregon and knows people with sonar. Got it? Writing all this down. Got Doug Bishop. Ryan's truth is he's in Tennessee. Oh, he is in Tennessee. Thank you. Yes, he searches for summer. Okay. Let's see. Did law enforcement investigate the remains she took pictures of? If so, did they them? They took the pictures of them, but she thought they looked like, from the picture, like a possum or something. She filed it into the Axon system, but I don't believe she went out there. As far as this, from what I know, I can ask again if she took the remains. I'll ask her that, if she took the remains, or not the remains, the bones to the police. Okay, I will find that out. You all are so amazing. To me, it is amazing how much has been ignored. Kelly says, wait, Heather Ann, that needs to be checked. What are we talking about here? Let's go back. Thank you all. Please hit that thumbs up. I don't know what we're talking about there, so I'm just going to keep going. Oh, Joan says, thank you for the membership, Bliss Blessings. I have a question to ask you all. Oh, thank you, Bliss Blessings. Says, thank you for coming this evening. I just sent you, so this is Town Chat. I just sent you something. Look at your email when you're done visiting with your guest, please. Okay, I will. Oh, you mean like while in here? Hold on. Juan Heredia for help in searches. It's shocking to me. And, we learn now that the parents can request assistance from the U.S. Marshals directly. They don't have to ask permission from law enforcement. They can call directly. And there's no reason to have not done that in these past 15 months, because it's not saying we're not capable. It's saying we haven't found the child. I mean, we know there's a lot of evidence. According to Seth and Tony, there's a lot. And based on what we've gone through as a group, we know there's a lot they can have. So, but we haven't located them. So bring them in. Why hasn't that been done? It's very frustrating to me, but we don't have to wait for Sumner County to do it. A parent can directly request assistance for their missing child by the U.S. Marshals Service. Little boats can go on the pond, yes. I remember her saying something about a bag in the pond. Okay, I will ask her about that. Thank you. Now, I will tell you this. She has an idea of who she thinks was there. She's not, that's something she couldn't discuss. So we just shared with you that it is not the Bower Sox, okay? Go to church. It is on Church Road. That big parking lot that I showed you, not the one they parked in. The other one, Church Road. Fly us all out there, Buzz. Sure, Jen. How many of you are in here, right? 708? No problem. No problem. It's me, Jen. We're so glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Tell the FBI, yeah, I think so. No, this guest is not a psychic at all. She just had a feeling. She has a feeling that keeps making her want to go back to that pond, but she does not want to go back alone again. So she's not a psychic. She just, that intuition, something's gnawing at you. Well, until she gets that gnawing gone, she wants to keep going. Chaos driver. See, you all are amazing. Look at you all. Josh and Doug use motorboats. Okay. Chaos drivers, they have a little buddy. It's a sonar. Okay. I'm going through all of them right now because this is Chaos Drivers does not have a boat, though. They have a depth finder. Ooh. This is great. That is remote. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Thank you all. According to investigators, it was some P-foot relatives, which was the info I received now 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, you received info that it was they were P-foot relatives? Okay. And that was 3 weeks ago from investigators? Thank you. Good to know. Thank you, Caroline. I'm going to actually write your name down next to that one so I can respond to you on that. Okay. Let's see here. Doug Bishop has lots of tools and resources. It doesn't hurt to talk to anyone. That's how I feel about bringing in the marshals. It doesn't hurt. I can't think of a single con. The only con I can think of is if they're embarrassed, like things like letting the flyer go for 13 months without making a change. If that's a pattern of their paperwork, then maybe they don't want someone else there. That's the only thing I can think of. And it's just an opinion because I'm trying to think of why you wouldn't, right? Okay, let's see. Because I have information because I've spoken to her, so I can answer some of these questions. She's telling the truth. Yes, she is. Because she said the same thing, what she said a year ago. She's saying it today, and her story has never changed because it was in that live 24/7. Yes, and that's the thing about the truth. It doesn't change. Okay, this is something I want to bring up, Caroline. I see the question in there by Alcoholic. Can you all explain that? Is that the wheelbarrow sighting? I'm referring to the question that says, at Caroline, you saw Sebastian alive after that. Did you call LE or FBI? Just wondering. And is that the wheelbarrow sighting? Can a rubber boat, no motor with equipment? Okay. Mystic Firefly, I didn't wait. The day I got this, I reached out to Dog, and at night they told me they had it. I released it to you all. They were heading in, they were boots on the ground, whatever they were doing in Oregon, and then I shared it with you all. She's been out there searching. There has been a search of the area. Okay. There has been a search of the area. We're just referring to the pond area right now, in that area. But yes, there has been a search. She went out and searched, but there has been a search, and she would like to go back because something's drawing her there. So we're waiting. So, I mean, it's so long because Sebastian's still missing. So it's time to go back there. And I'm bringing this out again because people have been emailing me, asking me about it. And I wanted to get this out there because that meant a lot of people were unaware. Let's see here. Keep going, keep going. I'm not going to say who the eyewitness is for safety reasons in this maniac-driven case, but I will say that she was the person who went and did the police report. Is that like a halfway point from Alaska? Interesting. Let me put that in real quick. Interesting question. Bliss Blessings, I am going to talk to her about reaching out to TBI. Let's put that in. That's a great question, Just Jana M. So let's do that. Stafford Court to Alaska. Let's see where it takes us. I'm going to have to put it in maps. Hold on. I'll be right back to you all. That's a great question. So if I go, I'll just say, oh, wait, I need to give it something. What's the closest Anchorage? I'll put Anchorage. Okay. I haven't looked at it. I just pulled it up. So we'll look at it together. That is a great question. And I showed you all how far Ford's Pond was to Canada. It's 8 hours. Okay. Now, so let's see here. This is the area where she was. They were right here on the coast. So no. Now let's see. That's this one. Let's see this route. No, it still wouldn't go. Well, though, now let's talk about that. Wait a minute. Hold on. I just had a thought. Hold on 1 second. So 1008 to Stafford Court to the pond was 37 hours, a long drive in an RV. And then 8 hours to Canada. Let me do something. Hold on. Ford's Pond. And then we're going to do Anchorage, Alaska. Let's see where we go here. 46 hours. So literally, you're right. It is almost halfway if you do that. So they drive about 37 hours it takes in a normal car. But like I told you, when we used to travel in our RV, it always took us a little bit longer. Always took us longer. We traveled less. It took us longer. I'm coming in for my thank yous in in a second. So if you think about it that way, if they, for a reason, went to Ford's Pond, that area, they drove that 37 hours, then they had 46 more hours to go up to Alaska. I don't know. Because weren't they said to have been gone about 2 weeks? allegedly doing the Nancy Grace interview in an RV at that HOA. The sirens would have been heard because there's a lot of accidents right around there. I don't know, guys. I don't know. But Canada, we went on high alert, the entries into Canada. And the Canadian border is 8 hours from Ford's Pond. And if you remember some of the states that at night said that they were looking at, let me go back and show you something. It's really important. I'll get back to your questions, I promise. And your statements and your ideas. Well, hold on. I'm going to take you here. Okay. I'm going to show you something. When I was looking at this last night, it dawned on me a lot, because when they put out those states that they had, boots on the ground in, eyes on, whatever they were doing, there were a lot of states, and some of them I wasn't sure why. But to get from Tennessee to Ford's Pond, for instance, one route takes you through Colorado. That was one of the states they had mentioned. There's Kansas, there's Missouri, there's Iowa. Let's look at them together. I mean, look at the states and then go back and compare. I didn't get a chance to do it before this live, but go back and compare to at night some of the states they were looking at. There's Missouri, Kansas, Colorado, Utah, Nevada. Then up here, we have Nebraska. I mean, Idaho, Oregon. And then we have the Canadian border. Look right here, right here. Here's where they were. Here's where their friends were from, the couple they were with. Okay. So that's a lot of states. That's a lot of driving. Okay. Their child was reported missing February 26th, 2 days before the end of February. And in March, they were driving 37 hours to Ford's Pond. And in a car, you can do that in a day and a half if you drove straight through, 2 days if you drive 18 hours a day, 3 days if you drive 13 hours, 12 and a half hours a day. Now imagine being in an RV. It takes longer, especially when you're going up through the mountains and things. And if they took the Colorado route or Salt Lake, they're hitting mountains. Nevada. So I don't know. That's a lot of time to be away from home when your child had went missing 2 days before the end of the month. I don't understand it. And that has to be because 2 days before March, they reported him a runaway, but yet left town and aren't at home waiting for him to come back. They're doing this route. So there must be a very important reason that they did this at that timing. My opinion. That is my opinion. I'm going to keep going to the questions. Always love getting my buzz fix. Oh, Joanne, thank you. And thank you for being a member for 6 months of that support. Thank you so much. Donna Bellina, thank you for the super sticker. Oh, what a cutie. Oh my goodness, what a cute child with you there. Thank you so much for that super sticker. Very generous. Bliss Blessings, such a shame local LE did not reach out to her. Yes. I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, I think we need to start roaring. The Tennessee State Attorney General's office needs to be contacted, in my opinion, and the marshals. Thank you, Sassy, for gifting another membership. You're very generous and you're very dedicated to growing our family. Reunion tomorrow, 1 p.m. If you receive this kind gift, please thank Sassy. And Sassy, thank you so much. And we had one this morning that you can go back and watch if you want. Thank you so much, everyone. Very generous. Very generous. I'm going to keep going to your I'm writing down all your ideas. So she was a great guest, wasn't she? Oh, another thing I did ask her is I asked her if she had encountered any other locals who knew who they were or had seen them, and she has not. Okay. Thank you, guest. Yeah, she was great. She's really good. I mean, and think about it. Arthritis in her hands, and she's out searching for Sebastian, a child she doesn't know. That is just, you all are amazing people to me, let me tell you. Yes, let's make the contacts. Yes. Yes, I agree. Thank you, Sherry. We have a great Sebastian's Army here. Muddy Waters is a water recovery team too. Thank you. You all are amazing. I wish she had stayed in here with us so she could have heard all that. Narc Divers got them down. Hey, Holly, yes. Yeah, Caroline, are you in here, Caroline? Bye, SI officer. Thank you for being here. I'm sorry if I missed you. Got that one. Chaos Drivers. Okay. Ryan finds, oh, Ryan does have an underwater drone. Thank you. Thank you. Cheryl is talking to Sped Teacher. I don't need to read that one out loud. I don't. My answer is I don't, Cheryl. Okay, gotcha. No worry about typos and punctuation. You see when I do it, I type in all caps half the time. Let's see here. Any more ideas? Thank you. Kelly X said, wonderful show. Did you report it? Oh, yes. I read the police report in the very beginning that she had filed with the Sutherland, Oregon police back in June of 2024. And that's what I read. It has been reported. And I contacted Doggin at night because I, based on the report, knew Hendersonville and was being contacted. So, hi, Paper Foreman 1. Oh, that's so, you're Toysy, you're sassy, you're so cute. It's the other one on Christmas. That's funny. Yes, we're going to make sure she stays safe. That's why she didn't come in as her personal self. Never have to. Don't ever worry about it. We work as a community, Town Chat. We work, you contribute. Yesterday, we just work as a community. Does she think he's in Oregon? She doesn't know, but the fact that his parents or his mother was there and babyfoot, she just has this inkling that she wants to go search it because that's one place she knows they were. And so in 15 months of us not having a lot to do, she's near one place where she knows they were. Whether he's there or not, she wants to check it off the list. You know what I mean? Yes. Happy Mother's Day to all. Don't forget about our Mother's Day special Sunday. I see some of you have sent in some stuff. I will put out a post about the gift cards. If you want to donate, you can just pick them on Amazon and email them to me. And so thank you. We are gathering on Mother's Day. I just need to find out what time my Mother's Day is. And we are going to gather and just spend a nice time together, doing some raffles and just catching our breath and smelling the flowers, enjoying the day. Yes. Do we know anything about the closest campground? Yes. I don't know if LE found out if they were there. But remember, they said that they were found at night, and Dog's team said at night they had been watching transactions, and there was like large transactions and things. I don't know what they were referring to. Now, for those of you who came in late, the RV park is 1 mile away. Right now, Kimberly W., I'm not going to go there right now. Is Caroline still in the chat? Town Chat was drinking her lemonade. Yeah, it was nice to hear the facts. Yes, Bliss Blessings. Thank you. Castle, hello. Cheryl Meadows. Please do. Cheryl, if you could email me at crimetimebuzz@gmail.com, you may be the person whose name was given me today to reach out to you, and I just haven't had a chance. crimetimebuzz@gmail.com. I have a feeling I do know who you are. Yes. So if you would like to reach out to me, we can chit chat, because I was asked to reach out to a certain individual. You may be that individual. Please say a prayer for Mama. She has lung cancer and she has 6 months to a year. Oh, honey, we will. Prayers up for Cherokee One Feathers, a mama with lung cancer and 6 months to a year to live. Oh, my goodness. Prayers up. May she be okay. Wrap your arms around that family and her little ones. And oh, my goodness. Be with them, please. Yeah, the cross on the tattoo is bothersome. And that's another thing that when she saw the tattoo, she thought, well, when I go searching, I am going to look for something that resembles that, because it struck her as so odd. Let's see here. Thank you. Caroline, you are in here. I know everyone's chatting about it in the chat, but if you want to email me about it, I would love to hear about that experience. crimetimebuzz@gmail.com. I don't want to keep asking you in chat because I know some things are sensitive, but if you want to email me, oh, I've got your email too. I'll email you and ask you. He is a handsome young man. Let's put his picture back up as we're going through these. He deserves to be seen as often as he can be. Right? Awareness. He is a very handsome young man. Very handsome. Thank you, Lolly, for being here. Hi, Teresa Maddox. Oh, I'm so glad you all enjoy it here. We just had Iran. Oh, no, I see. I'm way behind. Okay. Yes. Cheryl Meadows, I had talked to her. Yes. She came on and gave us her information. I know, Alicia. Ellie got a tip on a gas station in Jackson, and they never went there to look. I know. I don't understand it. I really don't. The thing that concerns me about it is either, I can't say, their behavior doesn't seem very expeditious. But then, and that worries me, because I think, well, then they think they're not looking for someone who's alive. However, then I can't support that, because it's not that they're not being expeditious. They're not even following through. Then I begin to wonder about connections and investigative skill and connections to people. Because when you're not calling eyewitnesses back who say they saw someone, the parent of a missing child who's there just shortly after the child goes missing, shame on you, and don't collect your paycheck. The taxpayers pay that paycheck. And why in the world is that being collected if you can't even do so much as follow up on an eyewitness lead? Sumner County, I'm telling you, if you live in the county, contact me. We need to get someone running against all these people, just so they're not complacent. Just so they could be doing a stellar job, but they should always have a running mate, because then otherwise people get complacent. Seth has contacts for Sonar. Thank you. We just really need to not have complacency when a child's life is on the line. Buzz, fun goal battle. It's always fun to read them too. I love it. If it's true that Ali didn't follow up on so many of these tips, it certainly doesn't give me much faith in their desire to solve this case or find Sebastian, sadly. I agree. I kind of have the wind taken out of me a little bit too. And it's not that There's no other excuse. There's no excuse. Just like the flyer of the last scene date, no excuse. There is no excuse to call an eyewitness who went to a police station. I want to hear that answer. Someone went out with sonar, but it was too shallow to get the boat in. Okay, thank you. So it is a shallow pond. That helps. Thank you. I have no idea, Mystic Firefly, why he didn't. TBI is seriously understaffed and they are hiring. Well, that's good to hear, but there's still no excuse because they are an agency that is supposed to be helping search for a child. So if they're understaffed, then we're 15 months down the line. I don't have any tolerance when it comes to children's safety, well-being, or life. Yes, what happened with the sighting in Virginia? Does anyone know what happened with the sighting yesterday in Virginia? We talked about on our lives, but our live. Ellie said the bones were in animals. Yes, they thought it was a possum. Hi, Too Many Shoes. Mystic Firefly. In June, she filed a police report, end of June, when she realized who they were. It went to her police agency in Oregon. It didn't come out last summer because she sent it to Hendersonville, and Hendersonville and Sumner County didn't ask the public for any help in verifying that they were there, never called her, neither agency. Okay. I shared it as soon as I got the police report sent to me. So it's heartbreaking. And it was released that there was a sighting. We just haven't, I think we did go. Yes, I did a whole live on it. I just hadn't brought the guest in. I did a whole live on it, and At Night's response to me contacting them, all of that. Well, yeah. See, now that makes sense now. If you know that they were in Oregon, let's talk about this. For me, the Virginia sighting is not Sebastian, who risks taking Sebastian 2,000 miles west to Oregon, then Washington, and back to Virginia. Crazy to travel a kid that far. Good point. Great point. Can you guys tell me something? Are her sisters' names are, I could pull them up. KP's sisters' names. I did. I wrote it down, Kelly X. I wrote down the name of the school, and I'm going to look at it. I wrote it down here. So yes, I certainly wrote that down. I'm going to look into that as well. Juan really helped out in Dane's case. Sad outcome, though. I've got Juan's name written down, too. Yes, Juan Heredia. Summer needs answers, too. Yes. Oh, why they never followed up on this. Yeah, that's another one. A drone might be a good idea. Yeah, Summer's law enforcement needs a good reminder that they have a child missing. Carrie Starr, Bliss Blessings told him. Okay, she shared him the timestamp on my live. I sure will. I just need her contact info, so I've asked her to reach out to me. Thank you, Mystic Firefly. There was a blue bag. Okay. I'll have to ask her about that. Okay. I want the caller to look at SF. It was not. I can tell you it was not. Caroline, it was not SF in Oregon. Yes, she told me, Cheryl. So now I do know who you are. Yes. Yes. Yeah, that I wanted you all to know that it was not the Bauer Sox. Out of fairness, you know. I don't know, because marshals are called in to locate the child. They have not located the child, so I do not know why they have not called the marshals. But now we know Seth can contact them directly and ask for marshal assistance in finding his missing child. Yeah, I think it's such a shame too. It just breaks my heart. So many people looking, so many people praying, so many people putting up flyers, and they're not even following up on an eyewitness. Yeah, that big church is right to the right of the pond. Okay, yes. It was an SUV. It was not KP's SUV. The four of them left together in one SUV. She believes it was darker, but she didn't, at the time she wasn't paying it. She didn't recognize them, remember, because she wasn't following the case. But she believes it was a darker SUV and not Katie's little SUV, which makes sense because they probably took the RV there. So they were in the car with their friends. I sure will, Mystic. Thank you for reminding me. Oh, he's the one who found baby Dane Cook. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. That's a sad case. So she goes back. She wants to go back out there. So if anyone was willing to go out, school is out in the summer. I hear you, sped teacher. And I can tell her that. She just wants a team to go out with her. So I can tell her, Sped, that, if she does it in the summer, depending on my summer, I've got tutoring and other stuff, but depending on that, I can look at it too. Carrie, because I just found out 2 days ago, I did a live on that, and I didn't even do a live on the marshals. It was our bonus time at the end. And so right after that live, the information was given to him. So that's 2 days. So we don't know that he's waiting for anything. He may have picked up the phone. It was just 2 days ago that I uncovered that information that a parent can call. I'd love to see progressive pics since all we've seen is older pics. This is not older. This is the last time Seth was with him, I believe. This was recent. But the ones definitely that were in the ones that were first released, I totally agree with you. Trey has searched waters for Sebastian many times in Tennessee. I'm not sure who Trey is. Lolly, you received a gift. Yay. Welcome in, Lolly. Welcome to the family, our reunion. We had one this morning if you want to go listen to it, and we're going to have one tomorrow. Hi, Rita Ledford. No, absolutely. I agree. Absolutely not. About what Nicey Marie is saying. I totally agree. That's great, Whispering Winds. Thank you. Yes, he does think Sebastian's alive. Sebastian's hair was darker, longer, no glasses, and in a wheelchair at the time, covered with a blanket. Oh my gosh. Was that after Oregon or before? Was that after March of 2024, Caroline, or before? Well, I guess it couldn't have been before because he was at home. When was this, Caroline? Wow. Oh, boy. And I know you called because you said Seth was on the phone with you when you called. Thank you for sharing that. But can you kind of let me know when that time frame was and where did you say you saw him? I suspect if this man-made pond, there's a lot of stumps and trees on the bottom. We have those here, and they are hard to navigate, in my opinion. All that woodish to sink and hide a body. Ooh, easy to sink and hide a body. Oh, I'm so happy for Bullhorn. I am so happy. I am nothing but so irritated. DA Whitley would bring charges like that, but yet hasn't mustered up any charges for this. I don't want to see one more ridiculous charge unless he's there standing in front doing it for Sebastian. Complacency. He's been in there almost 40 years. Complacency, my friends. He needs to file charges. If he can, he's going to go against a YouTuber, but not the kidnappers alleged, or people who've been changing their stories alleged, get to the bottom of things alleged. Really upsetting. But I am so happy for Bullhorn. Oh, Lolly, your signal's in and out. Thank you for being here. Okay, you all. I just want to make sure and get through all your questions. I agree, Primrose. Hope is what we have, and hope is what Seth has. That's all he has right now. Her story has never changed. Freeland Park. Is that what state's that in, my dear? Was it at night or was it in broad daylight? Wow, okay. Not a wheelbarrow, a wheelchair. I was told a wheelbarrow. See how the hotline. Yeah, that's what U.S. Marshals do. There is no excuse. Law enforcement hasn't called them. None. If they want him, fine, bring in the marshals. Doesn't mean they're not good enough. It means extra expertise. I'm just afraid the task force calls it the Freeland Park sighting. Thank you. Do you know when it was? Do you remember? On Seth's community post where he posts last about leading this mission. Oh yeah, that was a great post. Maybe more people could comment about CP Crime Time Buzz's link from when she discussed the U.S. Marshals. Yes, timestamp was 2 hours and 16 minutes in. Thank you, Bliss. It was during our bonus time of, I want to say our show with the garage, about the garage. Oh, you are so welcome. Thank you so much. And that's a great idea, Bliss. Yes, everyone go in and remind Seth. Yeah. It's been shared, yes, but Sumner County never reached out to speak to the eyewitness, nor did Hendersonville. Dog's team in at night did. Yeah, I don't think we need I agree with you there, Dancing Queen. Well, hi, just another human. Well, then I'm glad you joined us because now you do know, and welcome in. Yes. If someone's in their 60s or 70s, they may say younger ones because they had an older couple with them. That's just my opinion. Thank you, Sped Teacher. Mama Risa was there too. Okay, thank you. Hi, Mama Risa. Yeah, you all got to email me. Give me the tea. I do too, Crochet. It's your heart's in the right place, Crochet, and that's what's so kind. Thank you. I'm taking notes too, Sassy, but I appreciate it. Now, we heard that, didn't we hear that the Bower Sox parked in Seattle and flew to Alaska? I'm Jay. Cheryl, I'm Jay. I go by Jay with an E. Nice to meet you, Cheryl Meadows. How deep is that pond? Well, now someone just said, Jen, that was on my list of questions to find out, but someone said that someone tried to put in a sonar boat and it was too shallow. Okay. So that's on my note to find out how deep that pond is. Prayer Warrior, you live so close. Oh, cool. But you have no vehicle and too many animals to care for. Wish I were more able because my heart is so willing. I get it. I'm far away. Well, I'm not that far from Oregon, but I'm far. But I know that's why we're kind of hoping that those who are nearby would be willing to go help. Keep going here. They drove the RV to Washington, then flew by private jet to Alaska, I thought. Hi, Brandy and Indy. How you doing? Yeah, that's the B-Sox. So think about this. B-Sox and P-Foots drive to Seattle. CP and KP stay in the RV with their friends from Seattle, head down to Ford's Pond, and B-Sox fly to Alaska. What do you think? Sharon Peak, she did not see anyone else in the SUV, but all four of them got into the same one. But they went to Washington first, then Alaska, so they could have traveled together. You do think Sebastian's still in Freeland? What does the task force think? We just need to find him. You think they went to California first, Nicey Marie? Thank you. Mystic, you're funny. Yeah. Oh, CJ. No, CJ is not Buzz. I'm Jay. There's another creator named CJ. I'm Jay. But there's several of us Jays here on YouTube. I'm Jay with an E. They flew to Seattle to Alaska. Oh, they didn't drive there. Okay. That's different than what. Thank you. This is why wouldn't they ferry the RV from Washington to Alaska? Well, they flew to Alaska. I don't know, Prayer Warrior. That's a good question to write down. Can you drive via Canada to Alaska in March? Okay, Cheryl says, someone put Jay in contact with me, please. You all know how to find me. Thank you, Cheryl. I think the more of us who can get together and start brainstorming on this, the better. It's only a few hours from Seattle. I'm geographically challenged too. I have to look up everything. That's why I show you maps. Oh, okay. She shared that with us. She was not familiar with the case when she saw them at Ford's Pond. The only reason got such a good look at him is the couple that was with CP and KP. When our guest was working with her line, she has arthritis and was struggling, and he was friendly, and he came over and he offered to help her and throw her line in for her, and they started chatting. So she did. She's got a good look and chatted with them and stuff. So then she didn't know anything about it. And as she was leaving, they were there when she got there. They weren't there for a picnic. They weren't fishing. They were just staring at the pond from the picnic bench, the other KP and CP. Then when she left, they all left at the same time. And she did say KP was not very friendly at all to her, rolled her eyes at her and things like that. I will tell you that. Wasn't friendly. And CP just never said anything, but the others were very friendly. And then she left, and about 2 months later saw on TikTok Sebastian's or CP and KP, and then found out Sebastian was missing. So she went back out, realized when she saw them on TV or on her phone, I guess she saw them, that she saw them at the pond, and she just couldn't believe it. She knew 100, and she went to the police, but before she went back there, and she was searching too. With her arthritis, how kind is that? And doesn't even know Sebastian. That is amazing to me. But yet we have individuals who are responsible for Sebastian and don't look, in my opinion. They couldn't get through Canadian border with a kidnapped child. Let's read this one. Even though it's completely impossible, does anyone else find themselves with an incredibly overwhelming longing that they could have saved Sebastian from this situation and other missing children? Yes. When you don't follow up on eyewitnesses, then my answer is yes. When you leave the wrong last seen date, then my answer is yes. Yes, they did fly paper 4-man 1. I was thinking they drove. Thank you for that clarification. So by 3:28 for Fox and Friends, she was in a different location. But I wonder, that's interesting. I think they were in that RV in Oregon for Nancy Grace. The sirens behind it, where all the accidents occur by that RV park. But if by 3:20, because remember, Nancy pre-records, and she aired it March 25th. So they were in different locations. For all we know, they were just in 2 separate rooms. Right? Hindsight, or do you know something more than that? I remember that they weren't, but they could have just been in 2 separate rooms, right? Jeremy for Chaos Drivers. Thank you, Whispering Winds. I didn't get the name yet. Thank you. Let's see. It was icy. I thought they took a ferry across the border. Don't know. I'm hearing now they flew. Yes. Bingo. Okay. So CP has relatives out there. Would you do me a favor, Carrie, and email me crimetimebuzz@gmail.com with some of that information, please? That's a great question. In light of the step socks going to Puerto Rico and all of that, I would assume KP and CP have passports because I'm assuming they're their travel ticket. They gift them houses. They, allegedly they do all this stuff. So I don't know if Sebastian had one. That's a question for Seth. Did Sebastian have a passport? But even if Sebastian had a passport, they could not have gotten him out of the country because he was being looked for. But were they looking for him in Canadian borders at that? The only reason Canadian borders went on alert is because Dog and At Night were brought in. Sumner County did not have Canadian borders on alert, so they could have gotten through, in my opinion. Maybe. I don't know. Transit states. Yes. Thank you, Sandra. Yes, apparently they flew there. Bye, Smiley. Private airport fly from Tennessee to Oregon. Is that what happened, or that's what you're an idea? Drive to Washington. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Okay. Would have needed passports to drive to Alaska. What if they went to California first? I'm writing that down too. Birth certificate ID and enhanced ID. And remember, there was a rumor that someone paid for documentation, different documentation. So he's not missing. Pandy says they know. Oh, Gypsy, you're a hoot. She left a blanket in a Yahoo, so he was good. Unbelievable, though. I mean, who would leave like that? That is classic, though. 3:18 and not again until 3:25. That's right. There was a week in there. Thank you, hindsight. Did hindsight say he had, or did SF say he had a private pilot license? I don't know. I don't know. That is so funny, Gypsy. I can't even, that is just too funny. It's too cold for me to get on a ferry to go to Alaska. Are you in that area, Debbie? Everyone needs contact at this point. Together we can make a difference. I love that. Thank you. It's raining in Rhode Island. Ooh. I haven't been watching the Karen Reed trial because today was catapulting, just because I've been in school. Yeah, I don't know. You're right, Paper 4. The Victoria ferry boat. Yeah, Victoria Island. That's where, when I showed you on the map how far Canada was from Ford's Pond, that's where I Googled, I believe, was Victoria. Yes, I agree. I agree. I agree. And they know elections are coming up too. By December, I mean, the county commissioners are coming up, the mayor's coming up, the sheriff's coming up. So, good evening, Momming It Up. Thank you for being here. You used to be able to use a seaplane at Lake Union in Seattle, but it was said that they flew seaplane from Port Angeles, Washington, in my opinion. I'm writing it down. Have you heard that, or that's an idea? Oh, it was said they flew. Okay, hold on. Port Angeles, Washington. Thank you. Okay. Yes, she stopped in her tracks when she saw them on the shows. Knew she had seen them right away, then learned the child was missing. Then learned the child didn't have a good relationship with the stepfather. How far of a drive from Tennessee? 37 hours in a car. Now, an RV would take longer. Oregon, Ford's Pond is located in Sutherland, Oregon. Primrose, we talked about that this morning. How can they be looking at all of these, hearing all these inconsistencies, all these different stories, all these additions to the story, deletions to the story, and not be over there knocking on their door? It is an absolute travesty. But you know what? The locals, after his explosion on social media, locals started writing letters. I received one that someone sent to Craddock. Of course, he didn't respond, acknowledge, or do anything with it. But I know others were going over Craddock's head after Chris's explosion. They were terrified. How sad is that, that your sheriff he didn't even get out there and acknowledge once that he saw he was half cocked, going crazy, in my opinion, with all that language and explosion and threats. Nothing. That's why he's sheriff's pet. He can do no wrong, even kidnapping, in my opinion. United Cajun Navy was threatened. Sutherlin, it's spelled Sutherlin. We're just paper 4. I'm going through questions right now, and everyone's sharing ideas about Ford's Pond and things like that. Drones, I wrote that down. EquiSearch. Now, I think they were, I'm going to have to, I think they were contacted, but hi, paper 4. Good to have you. Yes, Dog's team got the info. Dog's team followed through. Law enforcement never even called her. As a matter of fact, Hendersonville police received this July, what was it? Let me pull it back up real quick. Let me pull the FOIA up real quick again. For those of you who came in later. Okay, now look at June 27th here. She went in, okay? Law enforcement never, ever, ever, from June 27th, July, August, and half of September, contacted her. Dog's team came in. Dave Rader, thank you. Dog's team came in. Thank you, Raymond. And they followed right up on it. By the time I received it, Dog's team was already on it. Okay? By the time it was sent to me, Dog's team was already on it. Yes, Twyla. Yes, thank you. Love Twyla. Yeah, it eases her mind to search, to, check everything off. That's right. Prayers for Christine 5555. She has cancer. Fellow YouTuber. Oh my goodness. Absolutely. Prayers up for Christine 5555. Oh, I hope she healed. Oh, that's very sad to hear. She will be in my prayers, Tracy. Thank you for letting us know. Yes, the couple was driving an SUV, darker, she thinks. She's trying to remember because she didn't, they weren't relevant to her when she saw them. I don't know. Nancy Grace asked them about leaving the house, if they were concerned about leaving the house. And KP said yes. And she said, then why did you? She said, well, he could be anywhere. We're looking everywhere and anywhere. How within a few days of your runaway child would be in Oregon on foot? Why would that be a reason to go? It couldn't be. But I believe Elevated Truth on that one where CP exploded also about his truck. He said, Elevated Truth asked him if they had been on vacations, and CP said, no, people are just saying that. We haven't gone on any vacations. There could be evidence of that time frame that could be relevant. I agree. And going back to real quick. Did I miss something? Okay. Robin, I think he's alive. Hi, Caroline. Thank you for sharing your information with us. Can you tell me when that was? Hi, Peter Pan. Don't forget Mother's Day. We're gathering for a Mother's Day brunch. If you have gift cards you want to email to me for raffles, I would so appreciate it so we can have a nice day. I've got a couple of things also lined up for giveaways. thank you for those of you who have sent it. I will be getting on there after we're off of here, but give me a few hours to eat and do that kind of thing. I truly believe it's a cover-up. I can't, and this is my personal opinion, there's something not right. Amen to that. Prayers for Faith and Nina. Amen. You know how Summer Wells saved her brothers, and I hate saying that, but she did, because they got removed from the house, and that wouldn't have happened if her story, her situation, case hadn't occurred. Sadly, Sebastian may have said, I hope Sebastian's story saves Faith. Yes, everyone. Bliss Blessing said you can go. She gave you the timestamp. Go on Seth's, tell him to watch my live. I have not been in contact with anyone. I did reach out yesterday about the sighting. Have we heard anything on that sighting? Can I click on the campground icon on that map, please? Sure. Sure. I'm not sure. You mean on Google Earth? There's the, by the way, here's the KOA right there. See it? Are you even seeing it yet? Okay, let me take this down. Let me take the comment down. Sorry. Let me try and enlarge it over here. Is this what you're talking about? I don't see the campground, but I can adjust the size and stuff. Let me go in. Right here, we have Ford's Pond here. Here is the campground. I don't see a campground site thing on there. Huh. I don't see it, my friend, and I'm just messing up. You know me with my computer. I see this, and then there's the KOA right below it. Right here. That's how close it is. See? 1 mile. That leads me to believe they had the RV there. Okay. Thank you, Sandy. I have Nancy's interview written down. I don't know if she asked them about vacation, but I do recall, I thought Elevated Truth did. Yeah, but yeah, maybe they do. That terrifies me, because with them not acting very expeditiously, that would lead us to believe they don't believe he's with us anymore, or they're sloppy in their work. And I'd hate to think that they're not interested. It's one or the other, in my opinion. The only lead they responded to is to make sure they debunked Green Hoodie immediately, and allegedly didn't even speak to Green Hoodie. I've now heard they talked to Katie. Does anyone know about that? Oh, that Portland Lake video. Yes. That was a great video. We watched that in a members live too. We have great members lives. We really do. Okay. I'm still answering your questions. I promised you. Sped teacher, I would assume that if anything like that happened where he was transferred or they needed a birth certificate, that a new one was purchased. That's just my opinion. They don't seem like the kind of people that would be a far stretch for, in my opinion. Let's remember Faith's story, right? Yeah, she saw a frog there and it freaked her out because the psychic she had listened to a psychic who said, that's how, she listened to a psychic who said something about a frog. I believe with Becky seeing the frog and the dead carcass could be a sign. If Sebastian isn't in the pond, he could be in the surrounding area. I always follow my gut. I don't know who Becky is, but yeah. Moral crane. Yes, I've got that written down too. I was going to share that with you guys today, but I decided I'll do it on a different. There is a crane company in Oregon that is connected to the St. Jude's Project. Okay. And I indeed have it written down to cover that with you all. But yes, there is. I have information on that. And it is connected to the St. Jude's. The tattoo is interesting because the lines don't connect. So is that a so-called landmark, as your guest said, or a specific area with 2 little entry points? Oh my. And it's something, in my opinion. Wow. Let me look at that real quick. That's interesting. Boy, that would be devious, wouldn't it? Yeah, you're right. The cross does not connect on either way. Let me, yeah. The cross doesn't connect here or here. Wow. Specific area with 2 little entry points. That's interesting, Governor Pincus. That's really interesting. Oh, we need to hit the likes, please. Please, please, please hit the like button if you would. I think law enforcement is, oh, I do too. Absolutely. I agree with you, CJC. I agree with you. We've gone through here on the channel just all the obvious evidence that's there, like the digital and all of that. And then you talk about what we talked about in our members live earlier today. How do you get past it? How can you say you don't know when you look at that, what we showed in members live today, right? So I agree with you. Great comment. Thank you. It was supposed to be swept under the rug. Yes, it was. And that's why when it was sent to me, I just verified that it had been, received, and I let it out. This is also the case that Sumner County released a notice about where info about this was leaked from someone inside Sumner County. We know who that came from too. I can't wait to talk to you, Cheryl. Oh, yes, yes, yes. 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 Let's see here. Great comment. The tattoo of the cross being part of the heart is done by people that are wanting to show a remembrance of a loved one passed. Lights and lights of them on Google. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Alice. Very telling on Katie's behalf. Oh my gosh. Show remembrance of a loved one passed. Paper 4-man-1. Jay, are we saying they transported him alive or unalive this distance? Because if I were to get rid of someone, I'd want to do it quickly, not take a grand tour of the states. True. I have no idea. All I know is this person's 100 that they were there. What that plays into it? Why were they entirely across the country, taking 37 hours to drive in a car, an RV even longer, leaving the search for your child who you think walked out the door and ran away? So I don't know. I don't know if they did something with him out there. I don't know if they handed him off somewhere. I don't know if it was already done and they went. I have no idea. I just know that there was a sighting in Oregon, and they did search the area. Yeah, when I first saw that tattoo, I got absolute chills. I send you a sticker instead of a Mother's Day card. Oh, Tracy, thank you. Oh, is Jen still in here? I want to thank Jen in Georgia for my amazing, amazing gift I received of the deception deck. I have been wanting one. Thank you so much, Jen in Georgia. The one that he received the photos of. Mm-hmm. It was a blue package. An astrology woman did today that the Marshalls are in Virginia. Oh my. What do you mean an I'm sorry, I don't understand. What do you mean an astrology woman said today the Marshalls are in Virginia? What does that mean in like she looked in astrology or she had knowledge? I'm not sure what you meant. I don't believe so. Ellie is doing one. Well, you know why you don't believe that? Because they don't come out and talk about their boy that's missing. They don't acknowledge one of their own being gone. They don't acknowledge the hard work they're putting in. They do not tell the community, it's okay, you're safe. A stranger did not randomly pull him out of bed. They don't do it. Oh, Mystic, I'm happy to. Oops, sorry, guys. Hi, Barbalua. No, I know. That is very true. TBI and local LE is not returned or follow up with anyone, with anything, with anyone from what I'm hearing. Extremely disappointing. Same here. Yes. I get so many emails from all of you saying they don't respond to me. And that person who just wrote Eric Craddock a letter, nothing. Crickets. I agree, Bliss Blessings. Why has this not happened? They should be given an option like Lori Vallow. You have so many days to produce the child. I agree. Yep. And that's Tracy, that's a DA who's supporting those kind of charges, but not taking anyone to the grand jury for a missing child. A DA who's been there decades and decades and decades, and in my opinion is complacent because they had him at the command center day 3. He saw the footage. He heard the audio. He saw the car. Well, I don't know about the audio. He saw the footage. He saw what the commissioner saw, TBI saw, that Hendersonville neighbor who was there off duty, riding around with everyone. He was at the command post. Sumner County was there. They all saw it, TBI. They saw it. They knew there was a 3 a.m. car. They knew he was not randomly taken. Yet this DA will go make those kind of charges in front of a grand jury and nothing for Sebastian. He needs to be replaced, in my opinion, if he doesn't do right by Sebastian. They all do. Yes, I can. Town Chat Cafe, I will ask her that. I will ask her that. Let me write that down for sure. I know she said it was dark, but I don't know if she'll know it because she wasn't paying attention then because she didn't know who they were then. But I will certainly ask her. I'll even show her a picture of one. Sound good? Oh, you have a rainbow? Hi, Wanda. They were with another couple and they all got in one vehicle, an SUV. So I'm assuming, because it wasn't Katie's SUV, I'm assuming since they were in an RV, they drove to the pond in their friend's vehicle. That's my assumption. They need to be looking into the tips. I totally agree. Oh, I must go, but I want to say Jay is the most fair and understanding and professional and diplomatic creator on YouTube. Oh my gosh, you're so sweet. Thank you, Sassy. Oh, that's such a sweet message. Thank you for your donation. Sorry I didn't get to say goodbye to you. Okay, thank you. An astrology reader says something's going to happen Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay, okay. Thank you. Hi, Grandma of 9. I had a special guest on who was an eyewitness at Ford Pond and witnessed KP and CP there, wrote a police report. The police report was sent to me. It was sent to Hendersonville Police. Hendersonville Police never contacted her. Sumner County never contacted her. And she was never contacted till Doggin at Night came. I received the FOIA. I received the report, contacted Doggin at Night, and then I released it. They were already in Oregon working on it. So the only response she got was from Doggin at Night. And there was a search out there. She searched out there. Then why do they call it that, my friend? Now, wait, I thought you said that you saw him at Freeland Park. Can you just email me the details, ma'am? You're so good at that. After, in September. Okay. I see what's happening. I'm going backwards. Okay. Gotcha. So that was after. What states that? Jay, can you start using the closed caption for me? I have hearing problems and where hearing aids can't most of the time understand what is said. I can try and figure out how to do that. Absolutely. I'm writing it down right now. Is my volume all the way up? Oh my gosh, my volume was down. Could you guys hear me okay? I am so sorry. Now can you hear me better, Peter Pan? I had turned my volume down from when I put up those little animated things for thank yous. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you. I'm so happy for BHB too. I remember that too. Someone said in December they saw a wheelchair, Sebastian in a wheelchair, but that was New York. Yeah, I am so glad freedom of speech and Bullhorn has that off her back because you know what? She went to jail for Sebastian. She cares deeply about this cause. So, and I don't want to see another ridiculous charge coming from that DA until he starts charging people about this. You guys need, if you're local, you need to start getting people out. Sumner and see now, what a reputation. About 60% of our chat has already said no response from Sumner and TBI. They don't follow up. They should be ashamed of themselves. That's what I'm hoping. I'm glad you said it. I'm hoping they drop charges because they are getting ready to charge some people soon for other more important charges. That was the first thing that popped in my head. Did they drop it because they are bringing someone else forth? I thought the same thing. Yes, Lord, please hear our prayers. I'm so glad she got off to Washington State, end of the day before dark. Oh, geez. Are you talking Seattle area? Oh, I'm going to be sick. End of the day. Hold on, I'm writing that down. Wow. Yes. Jen, is she kidding around? They had no right to arrest BHB. Hi, SI officer. I hope she sues him to Sunday. Yeah, he doesn't have friends in high places. His mother does. He's a nobody there in town. He is an absolute nobody in town. And that's true. I've talked to people. He's a nobody. It's his mother. He rides on her coattails, allegedly. Tori, thank you for 6 months of support. Thank you for everything you do. Oh, I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, let's see. I think I'm almost to where we got through them. Jay, see if she's willing to go through the Facebook post of the 2 ARC schools and see if she recognizes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, good idea. I will do that. That's a great idea. Okay. I sent you an email about a tip put in about a passport. Oh, my. Okay. Thank you. Dancing Queen. Okay. 1 second. Okay. Let's see. I'm too far to West Warwick, flat bottom John boat. A flat bottom John boat. Thank you, paper. You can fly into Payne Field by Boeing. Instead of Seattle to transfer. Thank you. The pond was less than 16 feet then? I will check on that. Trey is an arc diver. Thank you. You guys are amazing. My gosh, just spend all day with me. Help me do my research. She has not seen them since. No. Nor has anyone else she has not seen any of the 4 of them since, nor has anyone else in the area, local area, indicated they've seen the Proudfoots since or at that time. It said they drove most of the way. That's what I thought. See, we all have some heard they flew and some heard they drove. So again, muddy waters, right? She was an angel to come. Thank you, Irish Lark, for saying that. Yes. I am praying. That's why it doesn't make sense that they don't follow leads. Butterfly Kisses, in my opinion, the trip to Alaska was a decoy so CP and KK could do what they needed to do with Sebastian. Could be. Hey, do we have a baby yet, Raymond? Raymond's expecting a granddaughter, his 24th today. Not a good drive. Becky thinks he's near Castle Rock, Tennessee. Now, what makes you think that, Becky? I'm writing it down. Yes, I need to. You guys, I'm going to have to figure out, I'm going to have to drop you all a link on I will definitely take care of it with Spring Winds. I'm writing it down right now, things I have to do. Because I know Gypsy needs to be too. Thank you. The ICANN highway is, Alaska Canadian is open year round. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Bubbly Beth. I like to make sure we're separated as far as the names. My email is crimetimebuzz@gmail.com. Yeah, he said don't talk about his mother, but what's so funny is that's the first thing he said when he was threatening the neighbor, Bobby. Remember her story? He was telling her who his mom was and all that. You know, get out of this neighborhood. You know, his child's missing. People should be looking. Oh, no. Don't look. Hold on. I think I have some more thank yous to do here. Tori, thank you for 6 months of your support. I truly appreciate you. She saw them in she saw them getting into the SUV. Yes. Because they all kind of walked out together. It has been searched, not the pond hasn't, as far as we know, been searched. The area was searched, she's searched, and she's trying to go back to search, and she wants to look for this tattoo horseman on a marker. This struck her. She has some feeling like she needs to go back to that pond and keep looking until, you know, she can check it off. And that's why she's looking for a group to go with her this time. So, sped teacher, I will let her know if she does it in the summer that you could go, right? I heard they flew back. Let me see. I'm sorry, I'm reading a comment. I heard they flew back, possibly selling the RV on the way up. Oh, I've heard the possible sale of the RV too. We've heard so many different stories. And you know why we hear so many different stories? Because CP and KP put out so many different stories. So no one knows the story, in my opinion. Oh, yeah, you need a picture taken. Least amount of hours to fly for sure, right? I'm curious why people think there is not thousands of miles of border to cross into Canada. I don't know. I've walked across into Canada from my friend's Montana ranch. One of my coolest experiences. Great question, and I am going to ask that for real, Eyes. I'm going to ask that for real. Was she walking into a conversation? Like something was going on when she arrived, right? I had talked to her a little bit, and she said, no, they were, well, oh, no, I did ask her that. They were standing, the two ladies were standing nearby. I'll ask her again. They were all gathered around the picnic bench. KP and CP were just kind of staring out into the water. But I will verify again kind of what she saw as she approached. And then the nice older gentleman came and asked her if she needed help with her line. You don't need a passport to travel to oh, you're right. You don't need a passport to travel to Puerto Rico. Duh. You're right. But they do traveling. I don't know where else they go. I don't believe it. R. Taylor, I'm going to say I don't believe it. I say that he's saying that because At Night and Dog want to know where those pictures were sent. And he's saying to him, but that's easily. And if it's true, they've easily been able to verify that. If law enforcement, now remember, law enforcement took all of Seth's electronics that first night. 2 weeks. It took them to go get KP and Chris's other than their cell phones. 2 weeks. So who knows? Robin said, Jay, all the pictures Katie took at the restaurant was probably for a passport for Sebastian. Oh. Uvalde had cleared Alaska. Thank you, hindsight. I don't remember that. That's good to know. And, you know, remember, Uvalde said they were pulling out because the family had culpability in this situation. Family members. What are the what was the border Canadian towns near the pond? I just put Victoria. That's what I put down. In my opinion, Sumner County failed Sebastian all the way around. Yeah. And they hear people say it, and it doesn't change what how they don't even say his name. And it breaks my heart. I kept asking in many different people's lives if anyone knew if the investigators had Ford's Pond searched. Well, no, Sumner County and Hendersonville certainly didn't even worry about it. They didn't even respond to it. They didn't even reach out to her. They did not care. So At Night and Dog are the ones who reached out. So I sure can. I can do it right now. Let me put my email up. I want to thank you all for a really fun time. I have no problem bringing a guest in here because you all are so. It was said that they flew. That was back in March of 2024. Yeah, well, I'm sure that's changed about 80 times since March of 2024 because I think they do it on purpose. Yeah. Look at the difference with the police in Canada who say it's treated as a crime until they clear everyone close to the missing, whereas it was the opposite in Sebastian's case. Yeah, I agree. You know what it was? You know how we have Boy Scouts who learn to tie a knot and, rub two rocks together. And then we have soldiers who are trained and ready to go to war. This case makes me think of something that I've said earlier on in the case. Sumner County reminds me of Boy Scouts who were asked to go to war and weren't prepared and didn't know what they were doing and didn't ask the soldiers for help. That's my analogy. We've got Boy Scouts. My opinion. There's a ferry from Port Angeles to Victoria. Thank you. Oh, I'll put my email up there. I got sidetracked, of course. Story of my life. Here, let me put it up for everyone to see. If you have information you want to send, please give me past tonight because I got to get our Mother's Day thing ready as far as looking through all the things you're sending me, the gift cards and stuff. And I will put a post out if you want this is my email you would send. Gee, I am behind still. If you want to send something for our Mother's Day raffles too. So that'll be Sunday and I will be letting you know the time in the morning. So what's happening out in Virginia? Has anyone heard anything? I know we're hearing that an astrologist said the marshals are there, but don't send a single thing. We are just gathering, Gypsy. Don't you dare. We're gathering. Oh, you mean of the gift cards. Don't you worry about it. You and Jen were hilarious. I love it. You guys are a lot of fun in there when you're doing that. You will donate a tumbler. Okay, I will write that down. Thank you, Whispering Winds. What kind of tumbler? Do you have a photo that you can email me so I can put it up and stuff? Thank you, my friend. Well, we've made it. We got through it. I think I got, oh, Love Son, did you get a chance? Okay, that's different. Where were you, Love Son? Love and Son. Chris McDonough said we need a local independent journalist that will put pressure on LE. Well, unfortunately, the one local independent journalist, when he puts the pressure, he retracts it because he's, but yeah, I agree. It's getting disgusting. They shouldn't even take their paychecks, in my opinion. Oh, yeah. Someone told me to go back and watch Lolly's lives from the last 2 days. I need to make a note of that. It was really nice that she came in today. Now, once my summer starts, I'll be able to get going in and start going into other lives and stuff too. Hi, couponing. I heard you. Or I see you. I haven't seen you in a while. You heard Seth went to check? Okay, hold on. Hold on 1 second. I was there May 2nd at 2 p.m. I talked to a boy with autism. He was tall with glasses, black or dark brown hair, and he was bouncing around active. And I told him I liked the bear laying in the sun. he said. Where was this, Love and Son? I'm sorry. I'm just catching on to this. Hold on. Love and Son, where were you? Did you report it? I would be hunting salmon and the women. Oh, okay. So recently, that's quite recent. 20 ounce? Is it, well, can you just send me a little bit of a description and or a photo and I'll put that up? That's so kind of you. Thank you. Couponing says she heard Seth went to check the driving. That may be why they haven't gotten back to me. I would be hunting salmon and the women he was with, a medium built woman, writing it down. So they were fishing too. Wow. That's interesting. With short hair. You didn't take a picture? Did you call 911 right from that spot at that moment, my friend? I mean, this is so recent. That's 9 days ago. Did you happen to call 911 immediately? So we didn't snap a picture, but did we call law enforcement immediately, 911, when he was standing there? Please, you all, if you think you see someone, snap a photo, take a picture, but call 911 because first call 911. They can get there and determine if it's them. Fast but sturdy speech. Okay. Thank you. Good details. I just want to know where this is, if you don't mind telling me, and if you called 911 from, if you reported it. Thank you, Whispering Winds. Appreciate you. Oh, I hope so, couponing. That would be great. Great news. Oh, Alaska. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. Oh. You would have to be showed different. It was so much like him. Did you report it, loving son? Any kind, like green or yellow with a picture on them. Okay. Yeah, just send that to me so I have it when we do raffles on, because I'm going to make little cards. Thank you, my dear. Gam2 has Gam2. Love that. I live in Bristol and I've been looking into this, and as of now, I've heard nothing. Thank you, Gam. Will you let me know, crimetimebuzz@gmail.com, if you hear anything, please? Thank you. Who's sad? Yes. All I need is Jesus. I finally read it last night. I will get back to you tonight when I'm off of here. We're going to have a good time. Don't you worry about it. That's why I always say bonus time is for everyone, because everyone contributes in different ways at different times. So we all stay, and just like Mother's Day, some are contributing this time, and I'm going to be finding out how to give away my gift memberships because I don't know how to do that. Yes. Call his name. Thank you. If you see him, just say, Sebastian. Does he turn? No, Town and Son, that Love and Son didn't answer if they reported it. God bless you, Jay, for just being you. Aw, too many shoes. Thank you. That's so sweet. We have lots of new members, or lots of return members, which I so appreciate. Joanne's been a member for 6 months. Bliss Blessings for 3. Maria S. for a month. Love being a member of the family. Smokey Joe's a new member. Thank you all. And Mama Todd's a new member. Holly W gifted 5, so we'll have 5 new members. Chicken Lady, thank you for a month of support. Raymond, thank you for gifting memberships. Email me when you find out about your granddaughter. And all of you with your supers, you'll see your name in lights, but I want to thank you personally right now. Thank you so much. You were so good to guests that I am just really honored that in Bliss Blessings, thank you for gifting 10 memberships. Thank you. Please thank Bliss if you got one. Joanne McNeil got her buzz fix in, loves getting her buzz fix. I love my time with you all. Thank you all so very much. Sorta Morta, 2 months. Thank you for that support. Tori, 6. Thank you. Too Many Shoes, 5 months. You all are amazing. Thank you for a wonderful show. And I am going to get off of here, take a walk with the dogs, eat something, and then I'll check my email. And I appreciate you. Prayers up that this sighting in Virginia will bring him home, if indeed this possible sighting, that the May 2nd sighting in Alaska was reported, and that we will bring him home. I would love to rescue him. It would be great if it's a rescue, because we have to keep hope. Nothing's telling us otherwise, other than statistics and time and sketchy behavior by the parents. But that could be the mom, not the dad. But that could be because it's knowledge and maybe he's safe. I don't know. We always want to think that way. That DA is a fool, in my opinion. I think he's on the take from Bauer Sachs. Well, that's the thing I learned. I had a friend who just ran for office, local office in a different state, and she lost. And she said, didn't have a chance. She said they put that DA in there, the big pockets filled the DA. She said, big pockets make sure the DA of their choice is in office, because that's who brings charges, right? Then she said the big pockets go into the other county jobs and run campaigns, so people who align with them win. And that's why my friend didn't win, because she's not a criminal, or she's not willing to look the other way on things. But she said in a lot of cities, it's the DAs, that person the big pockets go to, because he's the one who has to charge people. I'm just telling you another story. Thank you, Whispering Winds. I hope she does message me with the... Oh, that's a good question. Was he with a group of people? Like it could have been from a group home, like on a field trip. He was at the Alaska Zoo, my friends. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm writing the address down. Was that reported? Did anyone hear her say that was reported? Because that's quite recent. Oh, she did call and no one came by the time I had to leave due to closing. Oh, so you called 911 and no one came? Or you called local law enforcement and no one arrived? Hi, Nina and Anna. Sebastian's Army says channel 2. Got it. Is the best channel in Nashville to call for pressure on police, lawyers, and criminal. Thank you. Did you all hear that comment? Let's put that up. Write it down, friends. Thank you for that, Sebastian's Army. So they're the ones to call for pressure. Thank you very much. I will be on that. I will be on that. Oh, called 911 and messaged YouTube creator JLR and called the number you gave me to call Dog the Bounty Hunter. Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad I gave you a number. Thank you. Thank you for doing that, love and son. Appreciate it. Okay, everyone. Well, we are going. Tomorrow is Members Live, 1 p.m. Eastern, and I will then go live after. Okay, then I will go live after that. But my Members Live will be at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you're a new member, go watch the one we did today. And I will see you all at 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. And then after that, thank you all so much. An independent journalist doesn't work for a news station. Thank you for your information, you all. You did great, love and son. I so appreciate it. I mean, this is amazing. Yeah, you do the best you can, right? But we can't require active response. We can just only do what we want to do or know to do. And you did it. Thank you, love and son, so much, because that's recent. That gives me great hope. Could someone please put all I need is Jesus in timeout? Just kidding. Just teasing, sweetie. I had said at the beginning, I'm just messing with you. I'm looking very forward to it. I will get back to you. Do remember, though, the reason I'm not using those two computers is they have sound issues. So I want you to think about that, all I need, and see if you still want them. That's why I couldn't go live with them. Yes, the ARC school. Yes, we're going to. Oh, there's one in Alaska, too. Okay. Got it. Wow. Christy Smith says, sorry, my phone died earlier. Hi, everyone. I was saying, remember when he was first seen that time at the state park? I bet that was him, in my opinion, too. North Carolina? Yeah. Jay, the school I mentioned has several construction companies and equipment companies. Thank you for letting me know that. Take a picture of that real quick. Well, my friends, it has been a pleasure, and I am going to see you tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern. I will also be here, and then I'll be here live after my members live at 1 p.m. Eastern. It's a broken heart, yes. And then, thank you, Whispering Winds. Then afterwards, we'll do a live, and then Sunday, we're going to do a Mother's Day gathering. So I will put out a post about the gift cards. Just give me a second. I've got to walk my dogs. I got to go eat something. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for being you. Sebastian's Army. Prayers up for all of you, for Sebastian, for what's going on possibly in Virginia. Y'all, this could be it. It could be. We don't know, but anytime we have a sighting, it could be. So keep prayers, please. If you hear anything, let me know immediately, and I will do the same. Now, if you see me just jump on without any prep, it's that, I'll let you all know. Okay. So thank you so much. All I need is Jesus. Think about that and let me know about the sound thing. They get video of the family in Alaska. Yeah. Y'all remember, though, she did absolutely perfect. Call 911. Thank you so much for doing that. That's what we've got to do. Thank you, Miriam. That's very nice of you. That's okay. Don't you worry about it. You did perfect. But you can snap a pic of him. If in the future anyone thinks they see him, just snap a pic. You're not sharing it, going to share it with, you're giving it to law enforcement or whatever. But you did a fabulous job. And that is such great detail you gave us, love and son. I can't believe it. I can't find a pic of the family to see if it's his family. Pic of whose family? CP's? Okay. So you need a pic of CP's family? I can get you one. Or whose family are you referring to? Any members of the family, probably. And we could do it the other way is, I know we can also show Love and Son. We can do it both ways. That's what I was thinking. That's why I showed the maps. What if they drove from Tennessee to Ford's Pond, then went to Arkansas or Alaska? Yeah, there's one in Memphis. The billboards are going to help. You are so right. America's Most Wanted. Yeah, but they didn't give the facts, and it was so short. It was 11 minutes. I think they need to cut that program down to 2 cases and give each case 30 minutes, and that'll draw their readers in. Good night, everyone. See you tomorrow. Love and Son, thank you for all you do. That was just amazing. And to our guest, thank you so much, both of you, for seeing something, for saying something, Love and Son. For our guest, for seeing something, saying something. Our guest, I'm sorry no one followed up with you until we got dogging at night on it, but at least they did. And Love and Son, I want to make sure that we've get that to, has that sighting been reported to law enforcement since the 911 call? I don't know. Hopefully. Prayers up for what's happening in Virginia. I will see you all tomorrow unless there's movement. Any member. Okay, Love and Son. Gotcha. I'll take care of it. Email me so I can respond to you, please. Prayers up. If there's movement in Virginia, that everyone remains safe and Seth brings his son home. Oh, I almost cried when I just said that. Transporters do, Jay. You're right. Yes, Miriam M. Thank you all. Talk soon. Bye, Sebastian's Army.